taking personal readings at this time. Please do not get scammed by people posing as me in the comments section. Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome to my channel, Roseology. So today's reading is all about your before and after eclipse story. So basically, we are looking into this eclipse season. This reading will be timeless. Whenever you see it, it will be meant for you because eclipse energy is just that powerful. But basically, we have a partial solar eclipse happening in the sign of Scorpio, October 25th. That's in tropical timing. And we have a total lunar eclipse happening in the sign of Taurus on November 8th. Again, that's in tropical timing. So with an eclipse, we are dealing with an alignment between the sun, moon, and earth. And because the moon orbits the earth at a slight incline, this doesn't happen every month like a new moon and a full moon when the sun, moon, and earth are aligned. It has to be a very specific point that the moon crosses on the ecliptic, and this only happens twice during the lunar orbits. And these 2 points we refer to in astrology as the north node and the south node, or the ascending versus the descending node. And in tropical timing, the north node, which rules fate, has been transiting the fixed earth sign Taurus, which rules luxury, assets, ownership, property, very Empress energy. And the south node, which rules karma, has been transiting the sign of Scorpio, which is the sign of fears and transformation and magic, death, and rebirth. So this is a very intense year, as Scorpio is literally the most intense sign of the zodiac, or it's been heralded as such. So this is a very intense eclipse season that we are moving into, especially for my fixed sign people. So if you are a Taurus, Scorpio, Leo, or Aquarius, if you have any really strong placements in those areas of your chart or in those signs or in those houses, which would be the 2nd, 5th, 8th, and 11th houses, then you're going to be feeling this a lot. And especially if you are any sort of Taurus or Scorpio, sun, moon, rising, if your north node or south node falls in any of the fixed houses or any of the fixed signs, but especially if it falls within Taurus or Scorpio, this will be a very intense time for you as well as a very intense year. And again, this is all in tropical timing, okay, that I'm referring to this. So that's from an astronomical standpoint. And astrologically, or what this means energetically for us collectively and personally, is this is all about a very intense alignment when it comes to our fate versus our karma. So when we are dealing with eclipses, this is how we calibrate or shift to a new paradigm, a new reality. This is how we come into more alignment with the self and with our own incarnation, our life's path. This is how we can feel a sense of renewal as well when it comes to what we're motivated to do, or what we feel called or led to do, or when it comes to our fate in general. So eclipses play a very large part in what the soul sheds during its incarnation, especially with this one, because as we spoke about on Patreon, we have Uranus and the North Node conjunct in Taurus. Uranus and North Node will not conjunct again in the sign of Taurus for another 3 centuries. So, and Taurus is the most fixed sign of the zodiac, which means that this is some of the most permanent karmic contracts or cycles or experiences that have been following us around for several incarnations are literally getting broken with this eclipse cycle that is starting October 25th. Okay, so this is, again, it's very intense, and this may be why there's a lot of intense experiences happening for very many people in the collective. If it's not happening to you personally, it may be happening around you, where there's a lot of different life-changing experiences happening to your loved ones, friends, family, things like that. So this is very, very normal, but it doesn't make it any less intense. And this is what we're looking into today. We're looking into how your story is going to be changing. We're going to be looking into your before and after eclipse energy, okay? And whatever it is that spirit and your spiritual team, your higher self wants to say to you, I'm just going to allow them to come through and explain all of that today. I tried to make these readings, today's reading, as short as possible. It never works out that way, but I tried just in case you guys were drawn to a couple of other piles. If you were drawn to all the piles, that is normal, because again, this is eclipse energy. This is extremely intense eclipse energy. Eclipse energy is already intense, but when we have the south node, which is karma, and the sign of Scorpio, which rules the unconscious and the shadow. This is like, and it rules transformation and rebirth and phoenix rising from the ashes. I mean, this is as intense as you can get. So some of you may feel called to all of the piles today, more than one. That's totally normal. So anyways, let's just jump straight into the disclaimers in the meditation. So obviously this is a general reading, so it will resonate with who it is meant to resonate with. Tarot does not control or dictate your life. So if you hear something that you don't like and think that that reality is just permanent for you, then you are not using my readings correctly. I conduct these readings for confirmation and not answers. So if you hear something for the first time, please do not take that message without receiving confirmation from your higher self and spiritual team. These messages should feel as though you are remembering something or remembering them or coming back into contact with this information. Realize that at the end of the day, your free will and what you do with it will determine your life outcomes, not a pick a card reading on YouTube. So please be responsible and accountable for your own actions, and use this as a guide to help decipher the messages that your spiritual team has been trying to send you all along. Now, for those of you that want to participate in this meditation, let me just say, like I always do, that this is a general reading for the collective. So in order for this reading to resonate with you, you need to be synced into the energy of this reading. To help you do that and help you select a pile with your third eye and not your physical ones, I will be offering a 60-second meditation. Halfway into it, I will be placing crystals for my clairvoyants that like to pick piles with objects on them. And after the clairvoyant pile selection, there will be a clairaudient selection where I play a different tone for each pile. And you can select a pile based off of which tone resonates with you the most. If you are drawn to another pile, it's because there is another message for you in that pile. So if you're ready, get into a relaxed position. Become aware of your entire body. Start with your feet and work that awareness up in sections from the feet to the head. Then take a deep breath in through your nose for around 5 seconds. Hold that breath for 3 seconds and then exhale for 6-7 seconds. Then ask your guides, spirit ancestors, the universe, or all of them to help connect you to your higher self so you can receive confirming messages when it comes to your before and after eclipse story. Okay, so this is pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3, and pile number 4. On pile 1 is smoky quartz. On pile 2 is titanium. On pile 3 is black tourmaline. On pile 4 is Botswana agate. All right, pile number 1, welcome to your reading. So we're starting off with your tarot cards, and I'm going to be pulling additional oracle cards on camera to see what your eclipse before and after energy or reality will be looking like. So let's just get started. This card on the left will be showing me your before energy. So before we enter into eclipse season here, which kicks off October 25th, and that'll be the partial solar eclipse in Scorpio. And then we're going to be checking out your after energy. And so this will be happening around the time of like mid-November, November 8th, which will be the day of the total lunar eclipse in the sign of Taurus. So yeah, we're just going to be looking to your before and after, and let's get started. The very first card that we have for you, pile 1, is the Six of Swords. Let me show you first. This is a new deck, so I was like staring at it. And this is your before energy, and then your after energy. After the eclipse, we have here the Three of Pentacles, and it was in reverse. So let me show you. So pile 1 for you, before the eclipse, I see you were searching for something with the Six of Swords. Some of you are relentlessly hunting and searching for number 1, peace, and number 2, also like ownership or something to call your own. Okay, so already you remind me a lot of Taurus energy, which this eclipse season will be happening in its opposing sign of Scorpio. So we will have a total lunar eclipse in Taurus this time round. Back in May of this year, 2022, the total lunar eclipse happened in the sign of Scorpio, but Taurus is the fixed feminine earth sign ruled by Venus in the 2nd house. So this is total luxurious Empress energy, physical Empress energy, when Venus is expressed through the fixed sign or the earth sign Taurus, when she's expressed through the other sign that she rules, the cardinal air sign Libra. It's a lot more of a mental state than anything, but through Taurus, through the earth sign Taurus, it's expressed through like a very physical, real, tangible experience. When I talk about total Empress energy, this has nothing to do with gender and everything to do with indulgence and pleasure, which is not gender specific, right? Everybody and anyone can experience pleasure. But Taurus decides early on, if you want something done right, do it yourself. So Taurus is a sign that is very solitary. It enjoys its own space because it can make it its own. So it's sort of like living with a roommate versus living in your own home. And I'm a Taurus sun, so I'm super Taurus. I'm Taurus in Vedic, I'm Taurus in tropical. And so I'm very extremely particular, probably to the point where it's almost like a little bit annoying, which is why I prefer just being in my own space, doing my own thing, working alone, because it's just easier than like hearing somebody else's opinion, which probably sounds terrible, but it's just, I just like things done in a very specific way, right? It's kind of like that, kind of like when you're living with a roommate versus like living in your own space, in your own apartment, in your own home. Taurus does not like to share its space, and if it has to, it will relentlessly search as a fixed sign. Because it has the momentum, it has the energy to do so, it can maintain its pace. So it will relentlessly search for its own area and space that it can claim for itself. So this is what I'm picking up so strongly with the Six of Swords. You might not be a Taurus or have a lot of Jesus Christ, I'm getting the loudest ringing in my right ear. That's wild. This doesn't happen until I do readings. It's so crazy. Anyways, okay, so you might not be a Taurus or have a lot of like fixed earth energy. You might not have like a lot of 2nd house or Venus energy in your chart. It could just be me picking up on where the North Node is currently positioned in tropical timing, which is in Taurus. So, you know, since we're doing a reading on the eclipse season, it could just be me picking up this Taurus energy. But the character in the Six of Swords, when we're looking at the RWS Rider-Waite-Smith version of the tarot deck, which is what most people are familiar with, we see somebody in like this boat, and they're sort of like, they're just kind of wandering through. They're wandering on the water to a different place there. So it's the card of transition. But even the Six of Swords here, and it doesn't even have a character in this card, but even this Six of Swords, like I'm still picking up this very determined, bold, and daring energy. Just looking at this card right here, it looks like a blade or like a sword or something, with like these red flowers around it. So this is like very bold, and then this like dark kind of like contrast behind it, and then I don't know if this is like smoke. Something about this is extremely like bold. It's very in your face. It's very daring. And so this has been you for some time when it comes to creating your own lane and claiming the things that you want in life. This is also you guys manifesting. So you may have just before the eclipse, or specifically this year in 2022, you may have been focusing on manifesting a specific intention. This could even be like 6 different intentions that you have told the universe and the Most High to lead you to these things, or to lead them towards you. So you are about to find it, or something is about to find you. And this card reminds me as well, especially when we're looking at like the RWS version, it reminds me a lot of the story of Noah on the ark, when the world was like covered in water after this massive deluge, and he sent a raven that never returned. He also sent a dove who eventually, after a couple of times, returned with an olive leaf. He sent her out once more, and she never came back because she found a habitable space. The Six of Swords always brings to mind the story of like Noah and the ark. So Noah spent over a year on the ark until the tops of the mountains became visible again, because everything was covered in water in the story. So I cannot get away from this story. So this tells me for you, pile one, you have been asking for signs, signals, messages, even messengers to come towards you to confirm what you have been looking for actually exists, that it's actually possible to some degree. After the eclipse, this long search will be over, and you will finally be able to dock, to like make a home somewhere, to find your place in the world, figuratively, maybe even literally, and finally feel security after a long time of doubts and dilemmas and uncertainty. And that's why your after energy card is the Three of Pentacles, and it's here in the reverse position. So again, pile one, you've been looking for something to call your own, and this could be anything, okay? Maybe it's a career that instead of like your parents being able to say, well, you know what, we put you through college, and them trying to like claim your success because they funded your education, this is you making your own way and being like, you know what, I'm gonna do this on my own, so nobody can claim this for me. Maybe it's romantically, instead of dealing with partners where you never felt like you were their priority, or like you had to share them with their like career, their friends. Maybe someone comes into your life and shows you what it's like to be the center of their attention. Maybe this is your sense of identity, where you had to find and define your own sense of self after breaking free from others' definition of you and who you are. And these were all just examples, but basically this is you feeling like you have something that belongs to you, and no one helped you procure this, with the Three of Pentacles in reverse over here. So it's like you're energetically settling in an environment that you co-created with spirit itself and you alone. So no one else had their hands in this. In other words, this was not a collaborative effort between you and like other human beings. This is something that like you've been doing on your own, you are doing on your own, you wanted to do on your own. This is something that you're going to be able to claim on your own. And so again, just like no one else had no one else contributed to whatever this goal or project or experience is, basically. So it's like whatever you asked for is materializing, and it took a lot of time, patience, and effort because of how ambitious this intention was, with the Three of Pentacles being ruled by Capricorn. And when I say ambitious, I mean to your standards. So for some, ambition is making $1 million. For others, they just want to own their own apartment. Maybe they just want their own lease with their own name on it, right? And so it doesn't matter how modest or like grandiose this is, it was still an arduous process, searching for your own thing, coming into your own ownership of something, your own possession of something. So after this eclipse season, your life is changing in terms of ownership. And what areas of your life is this happening? That's going to depend on wherever you have had to share, compromise, compromise, split, divide, ration? Where were you only given a portion or percentage of a whole? That's where you are coming into your own. So for many of you, this is all day like financial independence, with the Three of Pentacles being over here in reverse. This is you making your own money, or being able to afford something on your own, being able to buy something on your own, being able to even maybe pay off debts on your own, with this Pentacles card being in reverse. Sometimes for me personally anyways, Pentacles in reverse could mean like, instead of maybe incoming money, it could mean like paying off a debt. So it's like outgoing money, but you're kind of settling the score in terms of like financial weight or financial debt, something like that. So this could even be you guys paying something off on your own, investing into something on your own, making a business decision on your own. Maybe you don't have the expertise like the experts around you. Maybe you don't have a lot of financial knowledge around you or something like that, and you're just doing something purely off of instinct. With the Six of Swords, Three of Pentacles in reverse, you're learning as you go. And this is something that, again, it's like you have the mindset of a business owner, right? Or like a leader with the Six of Swords, and especially the Three of Pentacles in reverse. Three of Pentacles in reverse is saying like all day, like, I got this, like I'm good, I got this. And so this could totally be, let's say like you've been borrowing like a family member's car, or maybe staying with a friend, or maybe you've always had to live with a roommate, or maybe you've always started some sort of like project or new chapter with a group of people. This is your own vehicle, your own home, your own money, your own ideas, your own experience. This is your name and your name only on that LLC, for example. This is you being able to truly credit you and only you for what you are about to achieve in your life, pile one. So this is a lot of pride, and not in a bad way, but in the most fulfilling way that's coming in for a lot of you guys after this eclipse season. So actually, let's start shuffling some cards. I want to shuffle this deck for you guys especially. I don't know if I'm going to do this for each pile, but because it's like so much of this feels like work for me. And some of my pile ones, you guys may be attracted to a couple of other piles in this reading today, because a lot of this for me anyways as the reader, it feels like it has to do with like your profession, your career, finances. So let's see what comes through. Before energy. Let's get a card for your before energy. So we have here bank account 10. See, this is your before energy. So this was you guys kind of dealing with whatever it was, where you guys left from something because maybe it was like scarce. Maybe you guys left from something because it's like, listen, my funds aren't changing, my resources aren't changing. What it is that I like need, and I need more now, or I need to make more money, or I'm interested in making more money. I'm not interested in living in this space where it's like just used to not having anything. So this was this before energy right here. Bank account on 0. Let's see, underneath the deck we have invest in yourself. Exactly like I said, this is you guys making an investment on your own, with this Three of Pentacles in reverse. Let's get a card for your after energy. Let's see what's changing up with your, okay, we have your hard work is paying off. Exactly. This is what I'm saying. This is you guys, this is you working on your own somewhere. Okay, this is you guys working on your own somewhere when it comes to you doing something and saying like, you know what, maybe it does take a village to pull off whatever it is that I'm trying to pull off, or to bring to fruition some sort of idea or project that I have, but I'm going to do this on my own. And your hard work that you do on your own solo is going to pay off immensely, pile one, especially after the eclipse. Underneath the deck, we have burned out. Take a small break. Make sure that you guys are taking small breaks, but especially with this card being underneath the deck, this is telling me that after eclipse season, you guys are going to be able to, you're probably going to make so much from your hard work that you're able to take more time off. So you guys may be feeling a little bit burnt out right now. If so, don't push yourself too hard, but especially after eclipse season, you guys are going to be able to take more time to yourself. You're going to be able to take off a bit more. Let's see, let's get some before energies. I forget, what is this deck about? You know what, let's just see. Let's get a before card. This is 2 cards. I'm going to keep shuffling. They both fell face down. So let's see. Let's get a before card for my pile ones. We have nothing is missing. It says make what you have enough and truly appreciate what you already have. Find peace in the present moment. Yeah, this is what you guys were sick of doing in a sense. You guys are really sick of making do with what you had. Like it says right here, bank account on 0, 6 of Swords. This is all about you guys leaving that behind. Like, I'm leaving behind making do with what I have. you know. And then let's see what's underneath the deck. Underneath the deck, we have renew the heart. A relationship in your life needs renewal and attention. Reconnect with the one you love and recall what first brought you guys together. So that may be something that you guys were focusing on before the eclipse season here. You may be focusing on in some way, shape, or form, like renewing a certain relationship of yours. Because six of swords, it does, and it's 555 on my clock right now. So that may be significant for some of you guys as well. But the number 5 or 555 in general, you may be a life path 5, your 5th house in your own natal chart, maybe seeing a lot of transits. That may be where the eclipse is occurring for some of you guys, is between the is on the axis of the 5th and the 11th house. But yeah, you guys may have been, you know, the 6 of swords though, right here, it doesn't just talk about transition and leaving something behind, but it talks more so about kind of like transformation, because 6 is a number that it embodies the essence of harmony and support. And so it's like the 6 of swords, it understands that, hey, I need to go elsewhere to find what I need. So some of you guys, you may have taken a break from someone, and then for that card to be underneath the deck, after the eclipse, you may be reconciling with someone, and you may be able to come back into union with someone else that maybe you left before the eclipse season, and maybe like the relationship is very different. Maybe it's a lot more harmonious. Maybe it feels a lot more like a team. Maybe you guys left to get some sort of independence from a couple of relationships of yours. Let's see. After eclipse energy. Let's get some after eclipse energy for my pile ones. That doesn't want, okay. We have here, take initiative. Waiting for things to happen will not work. Make your own way forward to put yourself in a position to win. You guys are getting put in a position to win after eclipse season, but that's exactly why you guys felt this instinctive push or need to move forward with the 6 of swords over here with your before energy. Underneath the deck, we have a new dawn. Exactly. The light is slowly creeping in to bring you positive new changes and a chance to step into your own personal power. This is incredible. So this means that you guys are stepping into more independent power, kind of like where it's whatever it is that you guys needed to do with a group of people or more than one person before, you needed to bring in like external or outside help, you're going to be able to do on your own. You're going to be able to say with this 3 of Pentacles in reverse, like, no, I've got the knowledge now, or I've got the funds now, or I've got the resources now, or I have the connections now, or I have the opportunities now, I have the abilities now. I'm a lot more equipped to do something on my own. So it's almost as though you guys are turning into like a one-man band in a sense, and you're really able to do. You may even like shock yourself, shock other people when it's like, damn, how is pile 1 able to manage all this on their own or pull all of this off on their own? There's a lot of cosmic energy, divine support behind you guys. This is why you have a lot of help from the etheric realms, from the spiritual realms, from your ancestors as well. Let's get some more before energy for my pile 1s. Was this already flipped over? I'll just show you guys what it says, but I think it was like already flipped over. New moon in Aries, go for it. We actually just had a full moon in Aries. Let's see, let's get before energy for you guys. We have before energy here, new moon in Gemini, think it through. It sounds a lot like the 6 of swords right here. Yeah, you guys were thinking about a lot of things, which is why you felt the inherent need to move to a different position, to transition out of wherever it is that you guys have come from. And underneath the deck, last quarter moon in Aries, work through your feelings. A lot of Aries energy here showing up for you guys, working through your feelings. Let's get some after energy. So before energy, we have new moon in Gemini, think it through. You guys are really in contemplation, deep contemplation about something, because something was missing for you guys. Something was missing in a way. Like where I was saying with this card, nothing is missing right here, where it was just like, you guys got sick of making do. You really got sick of making do. Oh, okay. And then your after energy here is first quarter moon in Pisces, honor your feelings. Yeah, this is how you guys are doing that, by kind of moving forward, moving towards something that feels worth it. that feels worth it with this Three of Pentacles in reverse. Like it says over here, your hard work is paying off. Honoring your feelings here. This is you guys honoring your feelings in a way and saying, hey, no, you know what? I want to be able to do something on my own. I want to be able to achieve something on my own is what this feels like for me. Take initiative. Your hard work is paying off. Honor your feelings. First quarter moon in Pisces. Underneath the deck, more Aries energy. Full moon in Aries, cool your emotions. This is more, that's crazy. You guys have a lot of Aries energy coming through. So some of you guys, you have very strong Aries energy. Maybe you have some first house placements. Maybe you guys have a lot of stuff kind of moving through your first house right now. Are these already turned over? Yes, they're already turned. Okay, let's get some angel messages for you guys. Let me shuffle these. Hold on. Okay, let's get an angel message for you guys. See what your angels want to say. So we have here past life issues. So there's some past life issues getting addressed with this eclipse season for you guys as well. It says this situation has a basis in one of your previous lifetimes. Ask your angels to help you remember, release, learn, and heal from your past experiences. This is why you guys have so much Six of Swords energy moving or channeling through you right now for this eclipse season. Six of Swords, again, it's all about transition. And when we're dealing with the sixes in a way, in tarot, we're kind of dealing with like past stuff or past energy, kind of like you see in the Six of Cups. The Six of Cups can deal with the past. It can talk about the past. It can talk about memory, stuff like that. Six of Swords talks about leaving something behind. So for sure, you guys are dealing with something is getting settled. And it could be a karmic issue. Something's getting settled with this eclipse season that's pretty much carried over from a past life with the Six of Swords right here. And then underneath the deck, we have here integrity. Align your actions so that they match your values and inner knowingness of what's right for you. This is that Three of Pentacles in reverse right here. You guys are aligning your actions where they match your values. So some of you guys even too, with this Three of Pentacles in reverse and this integrity card right here, this is also saying to me that some of you guys, you may have even rejected working with certain people, even if it was a good opportunity for you, because maybe you didn't like their integrity. Maybe you didn't like how they moved. Maybe you didn't like what they were about. And so it may have been a little bit more difficult for you because it was like, man, I could have started a couple of steps ahead if I would have just overlooked certain things. But you guys really want to do things the right way with this Three of Pentacles in reverse. And your hard work will pay off for sure. Pile one. So whatever it is that you guys are doing, moving towards, it's going to be really beneficial. You're going to see a lot of earnings, a lot of growth from this because you guys are doing something the right way for sure. Honor your feelings is also, okay, so then that's another thing that honor your feelings is talking about. First quarter moon in Pisces with this integrity card is you guys are honoring your feelings where it's like, no, there's certain people I don't want to work with. There's certain energies that I don't want involved in whatever it is that you are working to achieve in your life. And this eclipse season is really going to help you do that. It's going to give you, like I said, the cosmic and divine support that you guys need to pull something off, because there's something here that you want to achieve where I'm not going to lie, with this Three of Pentacles over here, it's not as easy to do it on your own, but you guys are going to pull this off because it's like you don't have the proper support around you. Or it's like going back to that example, like I said, like maybe you guys really want to get into a certain career or a certain profession, but you are, this Three of Pentacles in reverse is you guys saying like, you know what, mom and dad, I don't want y'all paying for my education if you're just going to hold it over my head and say, well, you know, we basically bought your career or something. Like you don't want something held over your head. You don't like the way that someone's contribution is moving when it comes to your achievements and your goals and your ambitions. You don't like how they're contributing. You don't like how they're helping you. So you're like, you know what, I'm gonna do it on my own. I'm gonna figure it out. Let's get you guys are gonna be so proud of yourself. So proud of yourself. Let's get okay, wait, hold on. Let me see if both of these are yours. Okay, they are. So we have here connection and inspire came out, and this is cedarwood and peppermint. So these may be some essential oils or something like that you guys end up using around eclipse season or something. But cedarwood here says connection, trigger statement, it is too much. True statement, I am grounded in my body. Use your empathic abilities to connect with others. Discern the information you receive and do not take on what is not your own. You guys are really just sort of taking the things that are going to help you and you're throwing away everything else. You're not taking any sort of garbage ass energy. Like I was saying, with this Three of Pentacles in reverse, someone is offering or something is offering to give you something that you just know at the core is like, it's not right. They're not helping from the goodness of their heart, or they want to be involved in what it is that you achieve. Maybe they want to claim your success or something, and you're just, you can sense that. You can totally sense that. And it says this is an empathic ability that you guys have. With this connection card right here, this is that Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles, it shows a collaboration between three different people. You guys have this empathic ability and way of sensing the people that are pouring their energy into whatever it is that your goals are right now, or whatever it is that you are trying to achieve. And you can tell empathically that their energy and their contributions are not right. And this is why you guys are going the more so difficult route, I guess you could say, by doing it on your own and actually rejecting this outside contribution or this collaboration. And then we have here peppermint inspired. Trigger statement, I am stuck. True statement, I am filled with possibility. Allow yourself to float up above any thoughts or emotions and see what is needed for you to process them and move forward. This sounds a lot like this full moon in Aries, cool your emotions. That was underneath the deck over here. We also have over here honor your feelings too. And so there's a lot of emotions about this that's involved, but you guys are kind of, I'm not going to say suppressing them. It's not that you're necessarily suppressing them. You're just like, you know what, I got to do what I got to do right now. I don't have the time to really sit here and kind of like grieve this or cry about this or be upset about this or be frustrated. I have to just do what I got to do. You know, you're really taking your energy and you're being wise with your energy, and you're investing your energy into the right place by saying, I can't focus on the fact that I can't take this help that is right in front of me because it's not the right type of help. You guys aren't focusing on that. You're pouring your energy into, okay, what do I got to do? What do I got to do to be able to show up for me and pull this off on my own? That's just what I'm picking up anyways. Underneath the deck over here, we have also protective, the card immune. Trigger statement, I am not safe. True statement, I am secure. You guys are secure by yourself. You're secure doing this independently. Like I said, you guys have a lot of cosmic ancestral support on the other side. It says fill any areas of energetic weakness with strength. Yes, you can walk easily knowing that you are safe and protected. You're safe and protected, especially from the other side. And this is why you guys are going to be able to pull off something that normally takes a group of people to do, for sure. Let's get one final card here. One second. Let's get one final card for you. I was actually going to use a different deck to get, let me shuffle these, to get a message from the universe, you guys. But I feel like for my pile ones, you guys are going through such an independent journey that you need maybe more of a gentle message here, like a message that's more so about like kind of gentle transformation, because you guys have like a lot of strength in your pile, which is an incredible thing. So let's see how you can allow the universe to take care of you, spirit to take care of you. There's just a few cards that fell out. Let me shuffle these one more time. Okay, let's see. Okay, and so we have here for you, pile one, the crowning, initiation, thresholds, birth, rebirth, a seat at the table. Boom. Boom. And then look at this. It's almost like this image of like a birth. Very interesting. And then we have underneath the deck the mystic rose, compassion, devotion, humility, humanity, and grace. So I'm going to read this out of the book, but you guys are being crowned. You're going through a crowning process. This is why this may feel painful for you, because crowning is, we can see this two different ways. It's like, you know, when a woman is in labor and the baby starts to crown. And you can also see this as well too, as like a majestic sort of thing where you guys are crowned spiritually. Okay, so you can take this metaphorically, literally. Some of you guys are actually about to give birth. Others of you, and you're deciding to do something on your own when it comes into being a new parent or coming into parenthood or something like that, or doing something for your own family. Maybe being a single parent, maybe moving into a space where you have less help or support or something like that when it comes to being a parent. So it could be literally, could be more symbolic of you guys just being crowned in this way where it's like, listen, a king rules alone, right? And so this is something that you guys are kind of in a position of right now, where it's a very independent position that you're moving into. So let me read this out of the book. And the crowning here says, pile 1, there comes a time when the flower knows that it can no longer remain in the protective constraints of the bud. Somehow it needs to trust in the birthing energy and surrender to the unknown of the bloom. The same birthing energy exists within all of nature and in birth, both physical and metaphorical. It's an initiation for the mother as well as the child, who transitions from the water world of the womb to a whole new one on earth. This is a card of crossing thresholds and walking through the gates of initiation, which requires great courage and faith. There are rolling contractions, and it's almost always not straightforward. As we transition from one thing to another, we are called to burst through the constraints of the seed and then the certainty of the bud, so that something new can bloom from within. We are always birthing something, and deep inside we know that the only way to surrender to the initiation, so this is an initiation with this 3 of Pentacles in reverse and the 6 of Swords over here as well for you, pile 1, but the only way to surrender to the initiation is to surrender to the innate power within. This power is inner, but it's also connected to the intelligence that exists within all life. It's the same energy that tells flowers when to bloom, and it is present when you grew in your mother's womb. Trust in that. It will carry you through. Surrender to what's wanting to be born through you. Life is always trying to initiate us into even more of who we truly are. The soul inquiry here says, how is life trying to initiate you? So how are you being initiated right now, pile 1? And then let me actually pull one final card from here. And then we also have here for you, pile 1, what does that say? It says amend, okay? And look at that infinity symbol made with the snake. It looks like a Ouroboros symbol, I think. Yeah, wow, okay. Underneath the deck we have cloak. So something's kind of hidden right now, and it will kind of clear up after eclipse season, but let me read amend out of the book. And amend here says, even the strongest things can be fragile. Each moment can either build safety or destroy it. It can pull us further away or push us closer together. We can take our passions for granted or make too many demands of them, only to lose them altogether. Our razor tongue can slip and cut someone we love in a moment when they needed their wounds licked. To amend is to hold all that we care for and treat it with the respect it deserves. This may be preventative, but it may also be reparative. To tend to our past and diligently work to create the safety we once neglected. That could be that past life issue right here as well. It says this is as much internal as it is external. We often inflict violence on ourselves more than on others. Where in life do you need softer hands? That's funny because I was picking up that you guys needed like a softer message. That's why I pulled from this rose deck over here, because I'm not going to do that for every pile. I just picked up that you guys needed to hear something more softer as well. And then it says, where is it? It said, yeah, where in your life do you need softer hands? What needs to be stitched up? It is time to redress these gashes. Ooh, and it kind of looks like that here with the 6 of Swords and this like blade right here. But it says companion is intervention, and the song is Nights in White Satin by the Moody Blues. But pile 1, this is all that I'm saying for you guys is in terms of your before and after eclipse season reading. Thank you guys very much for tuning in. Let me take this time to thank your guides, my guides, our higher self, amazing spirit, for these messages. Hopefully you all come back to visit sometime soon. And until next time, please stay safe, healthy, blessed, and keep conquering the world. Bye, guys. All right, pile number 2. Welcome to your reading. So we're starting off your tarot cards, and we're going to be pulling some additional oracle cards on camera to check out your before and after eclipse energy or reading or reality, how your life will be shifting energetically after this eclipse season. So the card on the left will be showing me your before energy, and the card on the right will be showing me your after energy. So let's get started. Okay, so pile 2, your before energy here. We have the Fool. And then your after energy, we have the 6 of Cups. That's funny. So before the eclipse, some of my pile 2s were made to leave somewhere that you might have wanted to stay at. There's a little resistance I'm picking up with the Fool card over here. It feels like I left because I had to, not because I wanted to, not because I chose to. So this Fool card feels very star cardy as well. So in other words, it feels reactionary. I don't know why, but I'm also seeing a small child that you may have left with. You may have taken them with you, or maybe you are taking care of them. Oh, okay. So for some of you, this could be the reason that you left was because of this child. This could be a job that you left because it was too demanding and maybe you didn't have enough time for your family, or it may have been a relationship that wasn't stable enough and that was why you left. Or it could have been a neighborhood, maybe because it didn't have the best schools and so you had to leave. But these are just examples. But for some of you in this pile, very simply, you left something, or you left somewhere or someone because of this child that you put before your own wants and needs. So for others of you, this exit, it felt forced upon you, whether there was a child involved or not. For others, I'm hearing you leave because someone simply didn't ask you to stay. Like maybe you were undervalued or taken for granted somewhere. But again, and this could have been anywhere, right? Like anywhere in your life, not just romantically, but like this could have been anywhere. So again, there's this reluctance. Like if they would have said, no, we love you at this company, or please don't walk away from this friendship, then you wouldn't have. So you didn't feel wanted by something or someone. And no matter how much it hurt to leave, you were not going to stay somewhere that you were not appreciated or wanted at. Somebody didn't make it verbally known, like if they wanted to stay or if they wanted you to stay, they didn't say anything. If they wanted to make something right, if they wanted to make amends, if they wanted to make something better, they didn't say anything. And so for you were kind of left thinking like, okay, well then I gotta go, sort of figure this out on my own. So you just simply decided like, I cannot stay somewhere where I'm not appreciated and I'm not wanted. So you've been exploring life to some degree in this childlike space all over again. This could be why I'm saying some of you leave with a child, but something about this feels like you're a kid all over again. In a sense. And so that tells me energetically as the reader that this is very, very, very new energy. We do have the Fool card here. This is all about kind of like a new beginning in a sense. Some of you had to go through the process of like, for instance, dating again, or like making new friends. It's almost like when a kid has to like start a new year at a new school. It's very uncomfortable or unfamiliar until they find their footing. And that's what you guys, my pile 2s, have been doing since before this eclipse season. For some of you, this has been like a very long experience where majority of 2022 you've been in this Fool card energy where nothing is the same. You've been pushed from some sort of space that you may have felt like was home, but others may have acted like you wore out your welcome or something like that. This is also even too like, I don't know if there's like a contract where it's like for some of you, maybe at your job or something, like maybe like somebody like bought your company or something like that. This could have been sort of like a like I'm seeing like a contract pass from one set of hands to another one too with this Fool card right here. That was just a quick little visual I got, so that means it's only for like maybe one person here, maybe. But yeah, some of you as well, you may have felt like with someone close that you wore your welcome out. You may have felt like you were being bothersome, burdensome, needy, or clingy with someone, or they may have treated you like you were difficult or suffocating, or like you were not giving them enough space. This reminds me of when what did LeBron say back in the day? He said he's gonna take his talents to South Beach or something like that. I don't know why he made that statement. I don't even know what went down with it. I just know that that was like a big saying. But yeah, some of you guys were like, wow, me being an available person or a friend or a partner or whatever, me always being around makes you feel this way, then I'll go elsewhere. Like, I'll take my energy elsewhere. I'll take my company and my presence elsewhere. And you have been trying to be open and to stay open to this Fool card energy over here, new experiences, to new people, places, identities, whatever this may be. And this Fool, it also looks like too, let me just hold it up. It almost looks like he's wearing like a magician hat or something. It kind of looks like that. Looks like he's wearing like the hat of a magician. There's a lot of magic in this Fool card energy for you, pile 2. You may have experienced some magical things, you may have had some magical experiences, some first-time experiences, some once-in-a-lifetime experiences, because you were pushed into such a different territory, into such new territory. And even though this has been, I'm not going to say challenging, because that's not the word. Maybe for some of you it has, but what I'm more so picking up is like, it's just been different and unusual. That's the energy that you're walking into this eclipse season with, is like, this has been very odd, very weird, very unusual. You may describe your year of 2022 as like, this is weird, this is different, this is unusual, this is unfamiliar. It's just weird is what it feels like. Also a book, some sort of book being involved in writing a book just came through for someone specific here, or maybe documenting these new experiences, maybe like vlogging them, maybe like recording them, talking about them, something like that, like documenting these experiences that you've had in 2022. Some of you guys are very interested in like sitting down and recording your experiences, or the things that you've learned from 2022, the knowledge that you've come into, the experiences that you've had. So maybe talking about them and sharing them. That's also something that's popping up here. But depending on what your relationship with change is like, this has either been exciting or a bit scary, but unusual is the word for my pile 2s this year of 2022. So every time you think that you've got a grip somewhere, this Fool energy comes back in to shake shit up. So it's like you can't catch a break in terms of things sort of settling down and calming down, and where it's like you can sort of settle in. So after eclipse season, pile 2, it's really funny because that's exactly what's going to be happening. You're going to be able to settle in somewhere, but more so it's like choice is coming back to you. Not you feeling like you have to do something even though you don't want to, but this is things happening because you want them to, with the 6 of Cups over here. So someone in this pile has been even dreaming of maybe flying a lot this year, 2020. Why am I getting such specific messages for you? It's like very specific little things coming through. But some of you guys may have been dreaming about flying a lot this year, maybe flying in a plane or flying in your astral body through the sky, maybe flying on the back of like a bird or some sort of an animal, maybe flying on a cloud or just resting in the sky, floating in the sky, maybe even floating in water, or even climbing a ladder. I just saw too, like a never-ending ladder. It just won't end. You just keep climbing and climbing and climbing, or you just keep flying and it's like limitless. It's like there's no specific destination or landing point. And that's what some of you are really interested in or looking for, is some sort of a destination, a landing point. And it's like, that's because this year for you has been all about escalation and elevation. So for some of you guys, this year has been exhausting because it's been so busy. It's been so many changes, so many surprises, and you're exhausted of that. And it's not bad for all of you, these changes and how busy it's been. Some of you don't necessarily see it as like a bad or a negative thing, but it's like, okay, it can calm down, like, shit can cool down if it wants to. I'd be cool with that too. So just to catch your breath, that's what it feels like. It feels like you can't catch your breath. Every time you think you can, or you go in to like take this big inhale, it's like boom, all over again. Another surprise hits you. And that's because this year for you has been, again, it's been all about like promotion in a sense, elevation, being pushed to a different place or a new height. So things sort of like reaching some sort of climax, exploding in some way, and then you venturing or wandering off afterwards. So after eclipse season, look, we have the 6 of Cups over here for you. This is one of, if not the most familiar card in tarot. Why? Because it represents the past. It symbolizes what was. So after eclipse season, or what's shifting for you after this eclipse, is going from what's been unconventional and unusual to familiarity, something that feels like you've known it before. This is finding something that feels traditional, or making your own tradition even. This is mainstream energy because, again, Six of Cups has to do with what is and has been known. We are very familiar with it, to the point that this card comes through as a memory in very many ways when we're dealing with the Six of Cups. So after eclipse season, this is you having a feeling of home, or what you used to have once again. For some of you, this is a person you've been missing. So this is reconciliation. For others of you that don't want the old, this is you creating a sense of comfort within the new. This could be meeting a new person that feels like you've known them and have spent several lifetimes with them. For some of you, this is, for example, let's say you're a fashion designer and your designs are so original and like avant-garde and unique that people didn't know what to make of it, or they didn't want to wear it because it was too unusual. It didn't fit in any one archetype. So this is you going from being outcast in a way to becoming a trend in itself, basically. So Fool is ruled by Uranus, the strangest, weirdest, most off planet in our solar system. Why is it so odd? Because his tilt is completely horizontal, and we don't know how it ended up that way. They think maybe another planet hit it a long time ago to make it tilt all the way to the side, but Uranus is zipping through space completely horizontal on its side. Like, for example, Earth's axial tilt is around 23 degrees. Uranus's is 98 degrees, okay? So, and Venus is the only one planet that's more extreme than that at 177 degrees, but her axis is still vertical like the rest of the planets. Only Uranus does this. So majority of 2022 for my pile twos, it has felt like you've been moving through life, moving through this year, moving through this incarnation, moving through your reality with this extreme perspective or position or circumstance, with this extreme lens on life, where you may have felt like you've been moving horizontal instead of walking vertical. It's like you've been walking it's like the ground has shifted for you. Like the ground isn't beneath you anymore. It's like the ground is beside you or above you or something crazy. That's what it feels like anyway. So you've been like creating and experiencing from that extreme space, and others could not understand. But after the eclipse, not only will that change, but it'll be sought after, to the point where like your unparalleled, second to none aura and energy and persona will become very desirable. It'll become mainstream almost, where wherever it is that you have felt ostracized, judged, outcast, misunderstood, off-center, incompatible, the places that you felt you seemed weird or looked out of place is where you will be seen as like remarkable, special, and even like exotic to a sense too. Something about you being different is going to give you an edge and make you even like more desirable in a way, or whatever it is that you put your energy into, whatever it is that you're working on. It's like that, it's going to give it like this edgy spin or something, like this sense of like originality and innovation. So pile two, you'll find that people have this large appetite for whatever you bring your own fresh spin to. People are really going to be seeking that from you. So yeah, be prepared. Some of you guys, this has been your whole life where you've been so different that people don't know how to take you. After eclipse season, something drastically changes. And this is something that we talked about on Patreon. This is a completely different eclipse season because we have Uranus and the North Node in the sign of Taurus. Let's get a before and after card with in terms of like your hustling energy or whatever it is that may start to work out for you after eclipse season. But yeah, this is a very different eclipse season, and it's one that we won't see ever again in our lifetimes, because Uranus and North Node are meeting up in Taurus, and Taurus is a fixed earth sign. So Taurus literally is the most solid sign in the zodiac, which means that Taurus is it's the sign that comes the closest to something being permanent, something being cemented. The fact that we have Uranus, the energy of Uranus, the energy of like surprises and different things happening and change, sitting in Taurus, which is one reason why Uranus is debilitated in the sign of Taurus, but Uranus and the North Node are meeting up in Taurus. This won't happen for another 3 centuries, okay? So this is like way beyond our lifetimes. That means specifically everybody's souls that are here to experience this eclipse, it came here, your soul decided to come here at this specific point in time, to incarnate here at this specific point in time for a very specific reason. As we spoke about on Patreon, this is all about your soul saying, hey, this karmic tie or contract, whatever it is, whatever this karma is, it's been following me around from lifetime to lifetime. I need to come here to actually expel it, to be rid of it. And so our souls, it picks certain specific times in history to incarnate under certain cosmic energies and under certain cosmic pressure to be relieved of things that the soul wants to close out. So there's a very specific reason, okay, for this eclipse season. Again, Uranus and North Node will not meet up in the sign of Taurus again for another 300 years. So this is a very specific thing happening. And the reason why Taurus is, again, it's such a monumental place for the North Node, which is the it's the energy of fate and the future, is because, again, Taurus is so fixed, is so solid. So Taurus in everyone's chart, it represents something that we've been trying to preserve. It's something that we don't want to change. Okay, so let's see what we have for your before energy. It says, get off your ass, get shit done. So this is something this is that full card energy right here. Underneath the deck, we have invest in stocks. So you may even be investing. That may be something that you guys started to do this year as well, as investing financially into some different spaces. Maybe you guys chose to invest into some different companies or businesses or stocks or something that other people weren't doing. You guys have been doing something that other people are not doing. Okay, that's something that you guys have been doing either for the year of 2022 or damn near your entire life. But it says, get off your ass, get shit done. This is something that you guys are. This is your before energy. So this is that full card energy right there. This is that that intuitive feeling or pull to just go do something. You might not even know what you want to do. The Fool is considered foolish, or he's considered the Fool in tarot, because of the fact that he doesn't necessarily know how things are going to turn out. He doesn't really have a direction. He doesn't really have a intention as to what he wants to do and as to where he wants to go. So this is telling me that with your before energy, a lot of you guys were like, you know what? I'm not entirely sure what I want to do. I'm not entirely sure what I'm doing. I'm not entirely sure where life is taking me, but I'm going to do what feels most natural to me. So the Fool, literally, he just does things that feels most natural. Your after energy here says balance career, work with personal life. That's funny. That was the example that I used for some of you guys earlier, is like some of you guys, maybe you left a certain job or something because it's like it was too demanding. Maybe you didn't have enough time to spend with your family and friends and your kids or something like that. So there's a lot more balance coming afterwards, after this eclipse season, where you guys are able to balance your work and your personal life a lot more, as well as too, you guys may have been during 2022, like I said, some of you guys were very busy or a little bit exhausted, and this was from this before energy. Get off your ass and get shit done. You guys have been doing that all of 2022 with that coming out as your before energy. Underneath the deck here, we have perfect time to invest. So this is a perfect time to invest, and you guys have known that too. You guys have some sort of internal clock where it's like, listen, like, there is a method to the madness. No one else gets it. That's Uranus energy all day. That's full card energy all day. There is a method to the madness. No one else gets it, but I do, and that's all that matters. And that's what you guys are really doing and moving towards. Where's my other cards? Let's get some other before energy, before messages for you guys. Anything that I may have missed out on. So let's see. We have before energy, magic prayer. Your prayers will be answered. Speak your intentions and the universe will provide your heart's desires. This is that full card energy, but as well as too, there's something that you guys have been praying for since before eclipse season that's going to be coming to fruition around eclipse season and especially afterwards. Underneath the deck, we have old bad habits, habitual responses from the past are overriding your new good intentions. love something greater than the habit. So this could be another thing that you guys are really trying to break out of as well, is some sort of bad habit that you feel that you may feel you were very attached to. Then we also have coming out for your future or your after energy, master your fears. Beautiful. So after this eclipse, you're going to feel as though you've completely mastered your fears. And that's what the Fool can also do that as well, where it just feels like, you know what, it feels like there's so much opportunity for anything to happen. There's really no security when we're dealing with the Fool. And that may have been a big fear of you guys. And so the fact that you've been really working through this Fool energy all of 2022 is what I'm picking up for a lot of my pile twos. You guys are going to master that fear of uncertainty, of not having things secured, of not having things planned out, of having to deviate, of having to improvise. You guys are really curing fears of like improvising and just having to figure something out as you go along. But it says uncover the hidden fears that are ingrained in you and holding you back from living your most authentic life. And this has a lot to do with that South Node in Scorpio. Scorpio rules fears because it's ruled by the darkest planet in the zodiac, which is or the darkest planet in our solar system, which is Pluto. So this is all about deep fears, the unconscious, the shadow. And then underneath the deck we have Dance with Fire. Do more of what makes you happy and feel the power that comes from focusing on what excites you and lights your soul on fire. So this is another thing that you guys may be focusing on as we after eclipse season, is doing things that really make you feel passionate and alive. And that could have been something that you guys were afraid of, was following a certain passion, kind of like the Fool over here, following a certain passion. Okay, wait, hold on. That literally went flying. So the after energy, we have last quarter moon in Sagittarius, practice gratitude. And then we also have last quarter moon in Libra, make time for self-love. So more self-love. Gratitude has a lot to do with self-love in a way too, because it's a lot easier to recognize the things that we do have in our lives versus focusing on like the glass being like half empty. When we focus on gratitude, it brings in a lot of self-love because we are focusing more so on the things that we have in our life that we can appreciate, that we can be proud of, that we can honor. And what it does is it gives us this sense of fulfillment, and it's a lot easier to manifest like that. So this is something that I'm actually kind of picking up, was a past lesson for you guys. 2022 may have made you guys realize, like, you know what, with as much certainty as I've been dealing with, I have found out, or I have discovered, I've really mastered how to have gratitude, how to love the things like when I have them in my life or when I'm experiencing them, how to fall in love with the present moment. A lot of you guys have come into mastering, or it's a lesson that you really learn throughout this year. So let me get a future energy for you. We have here, work through your feelings, last quarter moon in Aries. Let me shuffle though too. So making time for self-love. Let's get a future energy. Exactly. Be proud of yourself. Last quarter moon in Taurus. This is what you guys are moving into after the eclipse. You're going to feel so proud of yourself. And you guys may even discover a reason to be being more proud of yourself. And it might have less to do with working so much too. Because like I said, I'm picking up a lot of busy energy here. And so you guys may come to realize, like, you know what? I don't need to be this busy. I don't need to have this many things going on in order for me to feel successful or like I'm getting shit done. Like it says, get off your ass, get shit done. And so that may be another lesson you guys have come to realize, like, you know what, the less I do, the more I get done, or the less I do, the better I feel. The better I feel, the more successful I feel. So something's also been kind of flipped on its head with this Fool card energy over here, where maybe your definition of success has changed drastically as well. Underneath the deck, yeah, we got full moon in Capricorn, take a reality check. Capricorn's very ambitious energy. So that could be another thing that you guys are coming to realize as well. Let's just get a transformation card, how you guys are transforming after eclipse season. These are two cards and they fell face down, so I'm going to keep shuffling. Hold on. Okay, we have here Bergamot expansion. Trigger statement, I am not enough. True statement, I love myself. Just like make time for self-love right here. And then it says your tender heart is in need of care. Know that your body is here to help you experience a miraculous life, so embrace it. So your body is another tool. pile 2, your body's another tool. And this is why I think these messages, your spiritual team is sending you these messages of self-love, gratitude, feeling more fulfilled. Because the more that you feel like, hey, I love myself, the more you're really going to be able to expand. The more you're going to be able to make out of certain experiences as well. Underneath the deck, we have here Bore Vitae, the card Flow. Trigger statement, why are things such a struggle? True statement, I'm in the flow. Take a breath, dear one, and allow yourself to feel the flow of life through you. Release your need to do and just be. Again, this is coming back to this before energy. Get off your ass, get shit done. You guys are not really doing that anymore, where it's like feeling as busy as you can, always having something to do, always being on the go, 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 go. You guys are not really using that to determine if you feel like you're actually getting things done, or if you feel like you're successful, or if you feel like you're succeeding at certain things in life. Hold on. Okay, you guys, let's also get a message from your angels here about your eclipse season. Okay, so you guys also have mediumship. You have the natural ability to connect with departed loved ones. This is something that you guys may come into accepting or really exploring after eclipse season, especially dealing with the fact that we're moving into Scorpio season here in tropical timing anyways. And then we also have here, it says twin flame. The answer to your question involves a spiritually based romantic relationship. And so this could have to do with the Six of Cups over here. Six of Cups does talk about the past. Twin flame is something that, to me, it always feels as though when it comes to twin flames, you guys know, I'm not all about the twin flame stuff, but when it does come to twin flames, what I've heard about it is it just always sounds like a familiar energy. So this could be like a past life connection or relationship coming in, not a karmic one, not a karmic connection, but like a past life one maybe, where you guys have shared a life with a twin flame coming into your reality after eclipse season. So that could be something that's coming into you guys' life after eclipse season. And then some advice from your angels is visualizing success. See yourself doing well in the situation and have faith in a positive outcome. So have faith in a positive outcome. This is just advice coming in from your angels and your spiritual team saying to visualize success, especially with you guys being a medium over here. Then this means that you guys are able to channel a lot of different energies from the etheric realms, but also too, I've always found that, me personally anyways, I've always found that I believe that mediums have an easier time sometimes tapping into different timelines or paradigm shifts because they're able to break through that veil all the time. So this is something that you guys are coming into, not just even with departed souls, but when it comes to even paradigm shifts or shifting a timeline, shifting your reality, if that's something that you guys want to do, especially with this full card energy right here, Six of Cups. And then we have here, and then we've got magic prayer down here. But underneath the deck, we have books. Your life purpose involves writing. You guys, didn't I tell you earlier, you were the pile where I mentioned writing a book. I saw somebody writing a book or being interested in documenting your experiences and everything it is that you've learned in the year of 2022. And look what we have right here, books. Your life purpose involves writing, reading, editing, or selling spiritually based books, period. Period. Pile 2. Okay, and then let's get one final. Let's get a rose message for my pile 2s. It says plant yourself here, integration, embodiment, and grounded action. Underneath the deck, we have the rose thread, inner call, soul-led, the mystic, and living courageously. This is that full card energy right here. And then the mystic as well reminds me a lot of mediumship. And as well as too, this books card over here, which says you guys have maybe spiritual knowledge to sell or selling spiritually based books, or your life purpose involving writing and reading and editing. So did it say editing? It did. Editing too. So yeah, you guys, you may be getting into like some sort of producing some sort of content or something like that, or literature about the different things that you have learned throughout 2022. There's a very specific reason as to why you guys have been on this full journey this year, because there's something here that you're meant to do. You're meant to take it and like archive it in a sense, and then put it out there, but plant yourself here, integration, embodiment, and grounded action. So there's something, like I said, after eclipse season, you guys are going to be able to settle somewhere. You're going to be able to ground yourself somewhere. And this is what a lot of you guys were waiting for, because like this full energy or this year has felt so busy for you. So a lot of you guys have been waiting to feel like you can ground yourself somewhere. And this is definitely going to be happening after eclipse season. You guys see how there's like these roots down here underneath her? You guys are actually, even though you've been in this full card energy, this full card is all about new beginnings, because it's like your roots had been planted in this new space or in this new place for you. And where you're blossoming, where you're growing, is into a completely different space than where you thought you were headed, or you might not have even had an idea about where you were headed. We have here the card Ecstasy came out. Grip was underneath, but the card Ecstasy came out. I'm going to read this one for you guys. And underneath the deck we have for you, what does it say? Death. Yes, this is that full card, that new energy here. And then we have this sword going through these three skulls. So there's old, not identities, but there's like older realities that you guys have left behind. Again, just coming back to like this sense of like this idea of a paradigm shift. So let me read Ecstasy out of the book. 1 second. All right. And Ecstasy says, most of us have learned how to weather the storm. This is that full energy, to navigate choppy waters, to self-heal after heartbreak. But have you given into ecstasy, pleasure? Okay, it says, life teaches us to build fortresses around our hearts. It is our job to split them open so light can get through. So often we fight this, we give into the cynicism, but joy is a practice. That's so true. It says it is identifying the moments that feel magical and then zooming in on them, expanding them, getting them to last just a bit longer. Joy is not just a break from the barrage of heaviness. It is the whole point of living. If we cannot walk into that space open and vulnerable, knowing that eventually we will get bruised again, we are missing life. Ecstasy is not about balancing the scales of joy and suffering. It is about giving into the wild abandon, completely unadulterated. It is confronting all that tries to keep you small, fearful, and uncertain. This is why you guys have been pushed into that full Uranus energy. Beautiful. It says, it is catching life on the tip of your tongue as it falls from the sky like snow. Moments will melt away, but let them leave an imprint. So there's a lot of imprints coming to your life after the eclipse season. There's going to be things that happen after the eclipse season where it's like you really never forget it. And this is sort of the journey or the adventure that a lot of you guys have been on of this year, 2022. But the companion for this card here says endure, and the song is Elixir by Taurus. In pile 2, this is all that I'm saying for you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Let me take this time to thank your guides, my guides, our higher self, amazing spirit, for these messages. Hopefully you all come back to visit sometime soon. And until next time, please stay safe, healthy, blessed, and keep conquering the world. Bye, you guys. All right, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. So we're starting off with your tarot cards, and I'm going to be pulling additional oracle cards on camera to check out your before and after eclipse energy. So this is your before and after eclipse reading to see how it is that your life, reality, energy, spirit may be shifting and changing, any sort of paradigm shifts you may be entering into, anything that your spiritual team wants to highlight, especially when it comes to this eclipse season, since eclipses are very powerful in terms of aligning and realigning us, calibrating us to new timelines and realities, and again, paradigm shifts. So yeah, let's get started. So this card on the left will be showing me your before energy, and the card on the right will be showing me your after the eclipse energy. So with your before energy, we have here the Ace of Pentacles, beautiful card. Watch out for 111 too. That may be significant for you guys, or just ones, repeating ones, 11s, repeating 11s. 1111. Then we also have here for you, pile 3, the Queen of Swords. All right, pile 3. Oops. Okay, so pile 3. I really love this so much for you already, because High value people, places, things, opportunities do not scare or intimidate you anymore, and especially not after eclipse season. So the Ace of Pentacles showing up as your before energy is all about a gift from the divine, the universe, the most high, that for some reason as the reader anyways, it feels alarming or overwhelming. So for example, take someone that's like always been involved in toxic relationships. When a healthy person or relationship comes along, it may feel more frightening than the unhealthy connections, because you know the saying, like the devil you know. So us human beings, like, we're creatures of habit. We become familiar with whatever we are repeatedly exposed to. So there was an indoctrination process that many of my pile threes were really in the thick of until Spirit dropped this Ace of Pentacles, brand new, healthier situation into your life. And in the midst of the toxicity or confusion, that felt more threatening. And threatening isn't necessarily the word, but pressure, I guess. Okay, yeah, there we go. Pressure. There it is. You may have felt a sense of pressure because you can't fuck something up that's toxic, right? It's already malignant. It's already destructive. So we know how that story ends for the most part when something's just already in some sort of like messed up energy. But this Ace of Pentacles, something that's already nourishing, refreshing, strong, thriving, that can be triggering. Good can be triggering when we start to expect the worst, because it demands we switch gears from operating in a destructive state to a productive one. So many of my pile threes experienced this year in 2022 a major moment of reflection when a blessing fell into your lap and you didn't know what to do with it, what to make of it. It may have scared you, or you felt a sense of pressure to be perfect and to do the right thing. So this could have been something that you were praying for and trying to manifest. Once it came in, the emotions or thoughts you started to have were alarming in a way, because it's like, wow, why am I messing up a good thing? Or why am I afraid that I won't be able to take care of a good thing? Why do I doubt that I deserve a good thing? Why am I more comfortable with the toxicity? It's not because something is wrong with you, pile three. It's because you are human. So this will sound odd and like I'm bullshitting. I swear I'm not. But there's nothing wrong, okay, with finding comfort in what is bad. Take it from me. I am somebody that spent 3 years in my shadow. Literally spent 3 years self-destructing, okay? So, and you know what? Honestly, too, I mean, this is not me saying, like, I'm not, like, advocating go out and just, like, self-sabotage. No, not at all. But what I am saying is that if you find it more easier to embrace what is bad or negative or toxic or unhealthy or whatever it is that you want to call it, you know, whatever those buzzwords are, if you find it that it's easier to deal with that or more comfortable in a way, there's nothing wrong with that. That is human nature, especially when it comes to, especially depending on what you have been through and what you have survived in your life, what you have been exposed to, the repeated experiences that you have had. We all have a story, right? And those stories are what develops into our own operating systems. It literally evolves into how we operate, how we get through life. So this Ace of Pentacles, it fell into your lap from the Most High, not to shame you or make you feel bad for doubting if you deserve something good, but it's so, again, you can shift gears to where not only you feel more equipped for higher quality people, experiences, and opportunities, but where you start to even expect it with this Queen of Swords over here. This Queen of Swords is after the eclipse energy. So not only will you be able to take care of what the Most High gives you, but you are going to know without a shadow of a doubt that you deserve this. You deserve good. You deserve the best. So this is your sense of self-worth rising to a place where all you expect is good things. Also a director too. There's a specific role for you coming after eclipse season, if it has not already. Well, you'll be some sort of like director in your profession. I don't know, maybe you're actually like into film and filmography and we'll get into directing content or producing, or this could be a managerial position, like at a job at your company or something, some sort of promotion, any type of promotion, but it's something about like directing. I see a lot of my pile threes like telling people what to do and they go and do it. So this is like some sort of a promotion, an elevated position, something like that coming to a lot of my pile threes after eclipse season. Yeah, so this Queen of Swords though is elevated thinking, which ends up manifesting into elevated positions in life. So for many of you, as well as after eclipse season, this Ace of Pentacles is showing up everywhere in your life. This is higher quality, even like wardrobe coming through, higher quality diet or foods that you'll be eating, down to the home or location that you live in, the car that you drive. There's like updates. I just saw the word updates. So it's like there's updates. So like updated equipment or updated vehicles or updated appliances or an updated wardrobe. Whatever it is that maybe you've been like just kind of depending on because maybe you couldn't afford to update something or to get better something. You guys are going to be able to do that after eclipse season. It's almost like a gift coming in from the divine, from the universe, especially with this Ace of Pentacles showing up in your before energy. So the fact that this Ace of Pentacles, something that it's the card of like something new, something that's physically new coming into your life, showing up in your before position. This is telling me that the universe and spirit was very aware of the fact that many of my pile threes were in a position of needing an update somewhere in your life, an updated something. So like I said, this could have been like a car that's like, it's getting older and it's like, I need a new car. Maybe it's like a computer, for instance, and you're like, oh my God, it's so much more difficult for me to get work done because my computer is getting older. It can't keep up with like these new programming softwares. And maybe you guys just didn't have the means for it. After eclipse season, you damn sure will. With this Ace of Pentacles and the Queen of Swords, this is spirit basically saying like, you need this update, you need this new thing. We're making a way for you to get that. Not only are we making a way for you to get that, but to even update a lot of different areas of your life. So if you guys are in need of updating a lot of different areas of your life, that's coming in, okay? So all of this in every avenue is elevating for you after eclipse season, pile three, and it's manifesting. Manifesting as well will also seem easier or will appear more quickly for you after eclipse season, pile three. Yeah, so let's get some cards kind of looking into the work that will be paying off. So this is your before energy. Let's see, we have here shopping spree. Treat yourself. This is what I'm saying. I just told you guys are getting like a you're getting like an updated wardrobe, and this is coming out in your before energy, your before position. Shopping spree. Treat yourself. This means that you guys have been in need of treating yourself. You've been in need of having to shop for something, update something. This is exactly what I was talking about. Underneath the deck we have wealthy woman, rich bitch, hustler, provider. Okay, let's go. Let me shuffle and get one more. But wealthy woman is coming through. Doesn't matter if you, and that kind of fits your Queen of Swords energy, but it does not matter if you are a man or a woman, male or female, however it is that you identify. None of that matters, okay? This is not gender specific. This is just talking about, and in terms of like woman, when we're dealing with energy, feminine energy is just receptive energy. So this is wealth in the form of like feminine energy. So that means that wealth is coming in or wealth is starting to be received. Okay. So rich bitch, hustler, provider. I love to see it. Let's get one more though for your after energy. We have abundance mentality. What did I say to you guys? It's because you're a Queen of Swords. The fact that you have this elevated like thinking, or this your mind, mentally you've elevated, that is like spilling into your manifestations elevating as well. And it's all because you are moving into this abundance mentality. This is that Ace of Pentacles, Queen of Swords mix. I love, that's a beautiful mix right there. That's a beautiful mix. Underneath the deck, we have avoid money schemes. So avoid anybody that's trying to like get you to invest in something that's like, hey, because y'all are about to be really on your rich bitch shit, like it said, okay? And so there might be some people out here that are like, oh my God, like, they see you having this glow up, or they see you like coming into more things. They see you starting to like update a lot of things in your life, and they may be like, oh, you know, Oh wait, hold on. This card literally just fell out of my hands. What is this? Early stages. You're still in the early stages of growth, but the long-term outlook is strong if you keep nurturing and engaging your talents. I'm going to keep this out for your before position. So I'm going to get to that in a second. But going back to this, what does it say? Avoid money schemes. There could be somebody that, like, somebody around you, they start seeing like your life upgrading. So people may be thinking that you're involved in a money scheme as well, kind of just came through, or people may try to get you involved in a money scheme. So avoid that. Avoid people getting you to where it's like where they're like, can I borrow some money because I want to, you know, buy a new this or get a new that, because they're seeing you upgrade and get new things. Avoid that, because something about this also, it doesn't necessarily feel like a scheme. It just more so feels like just like a bad money move where maybe you're lending somebody money and they're like, oh, I'll pay you back. They're not going to, is what it feels like to me. But we have here early stages coming out in your before position. And it says you're still in the early stages of growth. This is that Ace of Pentacles right here. But the long-term outlook is strong if you keep nurturing and engaging your talents. So this is about you also nurturing and engaging your own talents. Like I said, you guys are supposed to be in some sort of director or like a promoted position. And so keep engaging your talents and feel confident in them. You guys are more than worthy of a position. Yeah, you guys are the pile where I was talking about finally feeling like worthy of something. Yeah, you guys are more than deserving of this promotion or this position, okay? And then we have here after the eclipse energy, choose love. Strong reactions cause more harm than good. If speaking up feels like the right thing to do, then make sure it is done with love. So this feels like right around eclipse season, during eclipse season, which will be happening between October 25th and November 8th. Underneath the deck here, we have children. You may be called to nurture a child or tend to your own inner child. Create opportunities focused on play. Going back to this choose love card over here, though, I feel like you guys, especially if it comes to somebody just like asking you to borrow money, and you might know like y'all are always involved in some sort of money scheme. Tell them no with love. You know, you don't have to cut them too hard, because we do have the Queen of Swords over here. Like I said, whether you're male or female, it doesn't matter. Queen of Swords she is that woman, okay? And so she is sharp with her tongue. She's sharp with her words. She can literally cut with her words, and she's not trying to. That's just how much weight her words carry. So she comes with a lot of respect, right? And so when she speaks, people listen and they obey her and they respect her. So just be sure that like right around eclipse time, because this feels like more so like right around eclipse time. This feels closer to that total lunar eclipse in Taurus for some reason, which is happening around November 8th. And it's a total lunar eclipse in Taurus and tropical timing, okay? Just make sure that you're speaking as kindly as you can, that you're aware of your words and how you sound, because with this Queen of Swords right here, it's very easy to come off cold and you're not trying to, right? Let's see, let's get some advice for eclipse season. Some before. We have here new moon in Virgo, trust all will be well. Yeah, so you guys are definitely in the past, before moving into eclipse season with this Ace of Pentacles, you guys maybe have started to see signs of, like it says early stages right here, you guys may have started to see signs that like, hey, I can kind of trust where this is going. Maybe I can start to trust that all is going to be well, that all is going to be okay. Underneath the deck, full moon in Sagittarius, see the bigger picture. Yeah, but let me shuffle for one more. So before coming into eclipse season, leading into it, you guys may start to see literal physical signs, because this is all your before energy on this side. You guys may start to see literal physical signs that, oh my God, things are starting to turn around, or everything's going to be okay. And this is a lot of it has to do with, because like you guys have really worked to get here, you know? You guys have really worked to get here. Wait, hold on. Okay, this literally fell in my sound bowl. But we have here first quarter moon in Cancer, push through any insecurity, see the bigger picture. I don't know if that just kind of like fell out because I'm not sure. But I know for a fact this one wanted to be seen because I had to go drive and get it down the street real quick. But yeah, it says push through any insecurity, first quarter moon in Cancer. So you guys are pushing through insecurities as well with this. And then we have last quarter moon in Aquarius, reflect on your priorities. I'm not sure if these ones flipped over or flipped out. I don't know, but I'm just going to show them to you guys anyways. I won't leave them out. But yeah, so you guys are also underneath the deck. We have full moon in Aquarius, be real. That could be you guys, and that's that Queen of Swords energy, being real, being authentic, being super like brutally honest. That is total Queen of Swords energy. Yeah. Queen of Swords to me has always reminded me of Aquarius energy, and we do have the full moon in Aquarius right here, be real. So this is how you guys are pushing through insecurities. And this is also, you guys some people do better with tough love, and some people do better with hearing like, you'll be okay, get your stuff together. Some of you guys might be like that, where it's like, I respond best to, being brutally honest with myself, taking as much accountability as possible, not kind of victimizing myself or anything like that. You guys may respond better to tough love type of stuff. And so during eclipse season, because this also feels like during eclipse season, yeah, just like this choose love card here, it feels like this is happening during eclipse season, not even necessarily afterwards, but it feels like during eclipse season, like those 2 weeks in between the partial solar and the total lunar eclipse. It feels like you guys are really going to be working through insecurities, and these could be like serious insecurities that got in the way of you guys making like physical changes in your life with this Ace of Pentacles over here. But again, you guys are mentally shifting first, and this is what is causing your physical reality to follow or to manifest behind that. So this is you guys really pushing through any sort of emotional insecurities, any sort of doubts, anything like that. And you're going to start to see signs of your physical reality and environment responding to your new mentality, to this abundance mentality. And that's something that's really going to help kind of give you guys extra energy, extra motivation and determination to really push through any lingering fears and insecurities that you have that may have gotten in the way in the past of you guys embracing things that are good for you, and maybe not feeling so much pressure or feeling threatened when good things happen or fall into your life. So again, this is you guys' mentality changing. This is your self-esteem truly rising, truly elevating to a place and a space where it's like, I'm pushing through these insecurities because I know for a fact that, hey, I deserve the best, period. And that's just all it is. Let me see. Let's get some other transformation cards for my pile threes. How you guys transform me. Let's see what this says. I feel like this one on the top wanted to be seen. I'm going to read these other ones to you guys, but I'm going to keep this one out. This one here is Clary Sage, the card Insight. Trigger statement, there is no hope. True statement, there is a higher purpose. Yes, trust, all will be well. New moon in Virgo, and push through any insecurity. That may have been an insecurity that some of you guys had, was you guys, some of my pile threes could have had an insecurity where you didn't have the proper mentality. It could have been an insecurity where you dealt with feeling like you didn't deserve the best, or being afraid when good things happen for you. That could have been a sense of insecurity for some of you here. But it says, trigger statement, there is no hope. True statement, there is a higher purpose. Connect with your higher self and allow to be guided to your higher purpose. As the veil of illusion falls away, you will find your answer. So you guys are developing a lot more insight into you, what you deserve. And you guys are starting to realize too, especially after eclipse season, that wow, everything that I've manifested, or a lot of the things that I've manifested in my life, it was very connected to my self-esteem and my sense of what I felt I deserved. And I think that that's a lot of insight that you guys are coming into, where it's like you're going to feel like you can trust yourself more. You're going to feel like you can trust spirit more. Some of you guys are like life path sevens. Sevens can deal with trust issues. You could be a life path 8 as well, because y'all are coming into some definite like upgrades when it comes to like work and stuff like that as well. But we also have here Cassia, confidence. Trigger statement, I cannot do that. True statement, I am a light, period. Push through any insecurity. It says step forward and be the bright light that you are. Serve your purpose to the world by sharing your amazing gifts. Then we also have, oh, you guys also have gifts to share then too. Yeah, so this is why you guys have had to go on this like journey. And throughout eclipse season is really going to be shifting you in a way where it's like you are more confident in yourself to where you can share your amazing gifts, because you guys, even your self-esteem, it may have affected your gifts. I did mention that earlier for you. Don't doubt that you deserve this promotion, or you deserve to be in this position of like making certain calls, you know, and directing certain things. Don't doubt that. Don't doubt your skills and your gifts. Then we have here topical, the card harmony. Trigger statement, I am boiling over. True statement, I allow myself to feel. Give yourself space to decompress and take time to nurture your body and spirit, your body, mind, and spirit. Allow emotions to surface and release. This is that, again, pushing through any insecurity. So throughout eclipse season, you guys may be kind of doing this a little bit with your emotions, but the cool thing is with this Queen of Swords right here is throughout eclipse season, and especially afterwards, you guys are going to learn to not listen to your emotions. You're going to learn that your emotions are not always telling the truth, no matter how you feel. And that's the insight that you guys came into and are really seriously going to come into throughout eclipse season. Is like, wow, I allowed my emotions to determine what I thought I deserved in my life, or what I thought I was worthy of. And that is totally changing up throughout eclipse season for my pile threes. And then we have underneath the deck digestive, the card processing. Trigger statement, I am so worried. True statement, I have the solution. Just like it says, new moon in Virgo, trust all will be well. And it says slowing down and listening to your inner voice will provide you with direction and purpose, period. Pile three. Beautiful cards. And then let's also get a couple of messages from your angels. Oh wait, let's get a couple of messages from your angels about your eclipse season. Okay, so these three cards fell over face up. So I'm going to show you guys these cards that fell over face up. Singing and dancing, listen to your intuitive feelings, and then crystals also. So make sure you guys are working with crystals throughout this eclipse season if you want to. Crown chakra and third eye chakra was underneath crystals. And then let's see what was underneath. Underneath the deck, we have base chakra. Choose only positive thoughts to describe your home, career, and finances as your words determine your outcome. Exactly. You guys are really learning how to do that. Any sort of negative self-talk, anything like that, you're really kind of overcoming. I'm not going to say you're going to get rid of it, but you're going to definitely overcome it, is what I'm picking up as the reader. But singing and dancing here. So singing and dancing, I feel like it's kind of like celebrating. But that may be another way for you guys to really exercise your throat chakra, and even your sacral chakra, or your solar plexus chakra, in a way, with singing and dancing. But it says express yourself and awaken your psychic senses through the magical power of music and movement. So even use music. If you guys love music, use music to even help you manifest throughout this eclipse season, because it could help you guys manifest. And we have here, listen to your intuitive feelings. Your body is receiving accurate messages from the divine. So listen to your body. What is your body saying? So you guys may even be gifted with what is it, clairsentience, where you just can feel certain things. You can kind of feel information, sense information. So this could even be like empathic ability, something like that. And then we have crystals. The energy of crystals supports you and helps with your present situation. Beautiful. So even use some crystals when it comes to this eclipse season. Any sort of crystals, if you guys have been drawn to a certain crystal lately, maybe you've had a dream of some, or maybe you were at the store and were very drawn to them, work with them during eclipse season, because they could also help you to manifest as well. And then let's see, let's get another card. Okay, we have here after the rain. So after eclipse season, you guys are moving into a space where it's like, it's not raining, it's not stormy anymore. And it says here, silver lining, relief, hope, mercy, it's over, and acceptance. Beautiful. beautiful. I'm loving this. So this really is going to feel like you guys have moved past something after eclipse season. You're really going to feel as though something is closed out. Underneath that flipped over, we have Temple of the Rose, ancient power, expression, activation, and scarlet codes. And underneath the deck here, we have the breathing rose, heart healing, emotions, connection, and time eases. Yes. So time heals a lot. And then let's get one final message here for you guys when it comes to your eclipse season, what your spiritual team wants to say to you. Let's see. Okay, and what flipped over here, we have reflection. So I'm going to read reflection out of the book. We also have what flipped over under it says flow. And then underneath the deck, we have for you mundane. Mundane. So that reminds me of like everyday life. So everyday life is changing for you as well. There's going to be a lot of things kind of flowing in and out of your everyday reality, everyday life. We also have here reflection. So there may even be a moment to pause, to reflect. You guys may be coming out of a hermit mode with this reflection card. But let me read this out of the book. And reflection here says, once we see, we cannot unsee. And those of us who have had that first taste of seeing ourselves and not shrinking in fear, enter into a marriage with the work. It becomes that which we see life through. It's not easy, which is why so few do it. We shed and we shed and we shed, and then we realize we will never stop shedding. Yeah, like I said, some of you guys are just brutally honest with yourselves. And that's that Queen of Swords energy. But it says we fall in love with this maze, the place we call home, because if there is one thing that truly belongs to us, this is it. To traverse this landscape within us is to be a collector. We collect the memories of moments and traumas, signs, and questions. Before we awake, we spend our lives ignoring that which lies below the surface. The ugly that we want to edit, the truth that we want to pretend does not exist. We don't want to explore because we know we will be forced to change. It says that when we finally take the plunge, we start looking for something. Everything, every little thing is significant. Eventually, we hope to land in a place of balance where we can enter into reflection and inquiry when needed and enjoy our life without overanalyzing the rest of the time. Each time we loop around this maze, we fall more in love with this process. It stops being a chore we begrudgingly do. We start seeing the beauty in meeting with our pain, of cleaning out our wounds, stitching them up, and keeping the gift they offer us. Yeah, this is what I was saying with you guys. It's like you're finally starting to like realize like why, or you guys have come to realize in 2022, many of you are like, why does good things and high quality things like scare me or make me feel threatened? Or why does it make me feel so much pressure? You know, it's supposed to feel pleasurable and good, but I feel pressure and I feel fear to a certain extent. But this is what you guys are working through, and especially during eclipse season. But it says, of clearing out our wounds, stitching them up, and keeping the gift they offer us. Reflection is carrying the medicine that we have made with us. We get to wear these hard-earned talismans. They become invisible ink on our skin, armoring us up for our future, knowing we can now do things differently. For it to say invisible ink on our skin, I don't know, but just because it's here. Some of you guys may be getting tattoos during eclipse season or during a Scorpio season. You guys may be getting some sort of like symbolic tattoos, especially like feeling as though you've moved past something after the rain over here. You may be getting some sort of tattoo just to symbolize like, oh my God, this chapter is over, it's closed, it's done, thank God. But it says here, reflection asks you to find balance in this process. Love it more if that is needed. Go easier on yourself if it is overwhelming for you. Life is hard, painful, and heavy, but it is also a game. Do not take it so seriously. I love that. And it says companion for this card is Oblivion. Ooh, beautiful. And then it says song Into Dust by Maisie Star, I believe. But pile 3, this is all that I'm saying for you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Let me take this time to thank your guides, my guides, our higher self, an amazing spirit for these messages. Hopefully you all come back to visit sometime soon. And until next time, please stay safe, healthy, blessed, and keep conquering the world. Bye, guys. All right, and pile number 4, welcome to your reading. So we're going to be starting off with your tarot cards, and then I'm going to be pulling some additional oracle cards on camera to check out your before and after energy when it comes to this upcoming eclipse. So we'll be having the partial solar eclipse in the sign of Scorpio, October 25th, and then total lunar eclipse in the sign of Taurus, November 8th. And so eclipses are very powerful. They help us to align, realign, calibrate to our fate. So this is all about what our souls came here to do, this incarnation, when we're dealing with eclipse season, because the eclipses, basically they are determined by the moon's nodes, the nodal points, or the axis points of the moon. So this is lunar energy, this is soul energy, and depending on where the north node and the south node fall is where we experience the eclipses for the year. So we're going to be checking out the card on the left will be showing me your before energy, the before the eclipse energy, and then the card on the right will be showing me your after energy, which is after the eclipse. Okay, so let's get started. Your before energy that we have here is the Six of Pentacles. In your after energy, we have the Chariot. It's a very interesting Chariot. So, it's funny too because the Chariot is card number 7, and then we have the Six of Pentacles. So we have 6 energy showing up in your before position, and then 7 energy showing up in your after position. So pile 4, very simply, your before energy is coming through as the Six of Pentacles, is talking about dependence, whereas your after energy with the Chariot is talking about independence. Six of Pentacles is a reliant energy because they came from the Five of Pentacles, the card of nothing, and in the Six of Pentacles, they find some sort of aid and assistance where someone is handing out money or whatever resource they may be in need of. So this is the card of charity in a lot of ways, dealing with the Six of Pentacles, and tarot is very fluid. So like with the Rider-Waite Smith, the RWS version of the Six of Pentacles, you see somebody standing there with scales and they're kind of rationing out money that they're giving to people in need. So because tarot is so fluid, you could have been the one that was in need or the one assisting others in need. For some of you, you have literally gone from being the one in need to being the one helping others in need this year. And it's been an incredible transition. But one thing that I'm getting so heavily from your Six of Pentacles is asking, requesting, petitioning, hoping, soliciting, praying. This is like a massive change in attitude and the way that you approach life and the things that you were in need of. Some of you this year or before eclipse season decided, I am not taking handouts anymore. I'm not saying yes to something when I know it's not enough or it's not what I wanted or asked for or expected. I am simply not settling anymore. So some of you took some sort of financial hit, possibly by rejecting the Six of Pentacles donation, welfare type of energy, because you stopped aligning with the idea of making ends meet or making things work or just getting by. So this scarcity energy you are totally rejecting, and this doesn't have to do with just money either. This is receiving less than what you want and less than what you need. So much of this for me, it feels like a shift in attitude. Like it just feels like your attitude changing. Maybe you decided or became aware of this year of 2022, like, wow, I'm always saying sorry, or I'm always approaching things as though I'm like asking for too much. I apologize too much for my position. I make too many allowances. I allow too many things to slide. I am always accommodating, or I'm too understanding. Again, I'm picking up a big shift in attitude where you decide, I'm not settling anymore by any means necessary. I'm getting everything that I want. And this feels like a decision that you came to because the shift was instant, but the journey to this new you or different attitude has been a bit slower than you expected. But trust me, pile 4, it does not mean that this is not happening for you with the Chariot over here. You've had to deprogram how you've learned to be. You have had to disassociate from the idea of getting by or kind of getting what you want or some of what you want. And you had to create an entirely new program where you not only do differently and demand more, but it's been a challenging transition because you were fighting what you were taught to be with the Six of Pentacles over here. And 6 is a number of harmony, support, and service. Many of you were taught at an early age to be polite, but in a way where you were almost neglectful towards yourself. That lesson about being respectful and polite developed over time to where many of my pile 4s, you forgot about your own needs and wants. You may have had children at a young age where the focus went from you to someone else before you had time to completely mature. You may have gotten married young or had to take care of your siblings growing up. Your ability to give in a lot of ways was almost like abused, pile 4, and not on purpose either. Like it's not like I'm seeing like people like purposefully taking from you when they know like you're just gonna give to them anyways. That could have been some of you guys' story in this pile, but that's not necessarily what I'm saying from my And it's not necessarily on purpose. It just developed into this over time, this giving and giving and giving and over giving, oversharing. Well, after eclipse season, pile 4, you fully step into a different type of power where instead of giving, you develop an incredible new level of boundaries and expectations, or you start developing an expectation for return is what I meant. So Chariot is the card of I get what I want, right? He's the Chariot. And so in the RWS version, you actually see him on a chariot. And this one you don't. You see more so of a crown on him. But in the RWS version, you see a chariot. What were chariots used for in ancient times? In Egypt, there's a lot of hieroglyphs of this type of vehicle, and they were used as machines or weapons in war and battle to conquer territories. This is something that we talked about in depth on Patreon during the chariot episode, is like, this was all about chariots were used to literally conquer nations and lands and territories and to win wars. So think of pharaohs and their armies, how they used to have like one person steering the chariot while the other would like focus on aiming their bow and arrow at the enemy. Chariots became symbols and hieroglyphs that conquerors used to display their mastery in war as a decorated warrior. So, I mean, we even found like there's even like pharaohs that were buried with their chariots. Okay, they developed a serious like emotional attachment to those chariots because they won them, or they made them a conqueror. They made them a warrior. It made them a king by them being able to claim victory. This is going from a place of like compliance and submission, where they are literally on their knees. In the Six of Pentacles, we normally see people on their knees in the position of a beggar to the position of a champion or a victor or some sort of master with this chariot over here. And it all comes from this change in attitude, pile 4. And I'm not going to lie, many of you may be seen after eclipse season as maybe more aggressive or combative or defensive or confrontational. But some people may even accuse you of being selfish. Whatever you were trying to avoid being seen as in the past, after eclipse season, some people will see you as that way. But pile 4, I've said it before, I will say it again. The only people that get offended by boundaries, standards, and expectations were the ones that expected to be able to take advantage somewhere. And you are keeping people from being able to take advantage of you. So don't feel bad if people are like, oh my God, you're problematic. Why? Because you can't use me? Oh, I'm sorry. Right? So it's like, you're not apologizing anymore. You're not apologizing as much in the future either. And so while it may make people a bit more careful around you, it may even make you seem less friendly or likable, but you do not want to be liked for being passive. That is not a compliment. When somebody's like, oh my God, you're so likable. Why? Because you can get over? Because you feel like you got an easier time like walking over somebody? I mean, it's not always because of that. Sometimes it's just because people like appreciate a friendly person. But normally people are not appreciating someone being passive because you're friendly. Being friendly and passive or respectful and kind of like a pushover are two different things. Trust me, I'm raised in the South, okay? I was raised being respectful and showing, Southern hospitality and all that stuff, but still you can get your ass gathered. I am not playing around, right? And so that's where I'm seeing you guys is like able to shift in and out of like, listen, I'm respectful, I'm friendly, but I'm not no damn pushover. Don't get it twisted. And so that's what I'm really seeing you guys kind of transform into after eclipse season here. And so people being liked for being passive, it only means that someone's being used somewhere, and that's what you're putting it into to a certain degree. If this was happening before eclipse season, for some of you it was, but for majority of you, y'all had kind of gotten out of that when we moved into the year 2022. A lot of you guys made that decision earlier in the year. Not doing this anymore. Like, I am exhausted, I'm depleted, I have nothing left. Screw everyone. It's kind of the attitude that a lot of my pile 4s went into 2022 with. So basically, this is the attitude that's going to bring you everything that you want in life, is this chariot attitude, really looking out for yourself. It'll repel a lot of users and parasites. So whoever falls away from you after eclipse season, don't regret that. Rejoice in that. It's a blessing and it's divine protection that people cannot move in on what's yours and they can't take from you anymore if that was happening before. And so the funny thing is you might upset some people, but they also end up having a lot more respect for you as well. And watch out for 444. That may be a significant number for some of you. Yeah, you are pile 4, right? But there's 444s on my clock right now. Another thing too that's coming through before we start shuffling for your oracle cards here, there could be a change in belief system as well after the eclipse for you guys. So some of you may, after the eclipse, you may completely change your belief system, or you may leave a religion or a spiritual practice behind. It could even be you like leaving like atheism behind, where it's like you don't believe in anything, because it's like you're leaving something behind in terms of a belief system because it's not providing you or giving you what you need anymore. And so going back to that idea, like this was early conditioning, right? So some of you, for example, you may have grown up in church, maybe you grew up Catholic, or maybe you grew up in witchcraft and stayed with it because it's all you knew with the 6 of Pentacles over here. That's all you were fed, right? So it's like after eclipse season, you may come to embrace an entirely new religion or an entirely new set of beliefs that you resonate with a lot more, and it makes you feel so much more empowered in this personal independent sense. So that's another big shift for many of you in this pile. So if you guys were, if whatever your belief systems were, it kind of kept you in this position of needing things, needing outside help with the 6 of Pentacles, it's something that you guys are also getting away from after eclipse season, or you may be finding your way to a new belief system, a new religion after eclipse season. Let's get some kind of like, these are kind of like career cards, but they're more so like hustling cards. So this is more so like where all your effort and hard work is paying off. So let's get a card for your before energy, what you've been working on moving into this eclipse season. Okay, so we have here 2 cards. It is okay to change your mind. Exactly. You guys are changing a lot of your mind, and you're not just changing your mind, you're changing your attitude. Oh, let me hold this up. Underneath the deck here, we also have teamwork. Teamwork makes the dream work. But we have here, yeah, you deserve more money. Boom. We already knew that. We already knew that with the 6 of Pentacles down here. You guys are saying, I'm not taking any more handouts. Fuck that. And then we also have here, it's okay to change your mind. Like I said, you guys are changing your attitude in terms of, no, I do deserve more. I do deserve more. I'm not doing this. I'm not taking these handouts anymore. And I'm not being polite about it anymore either. You guys are like, I don't know, there's like this different hunger in you now where you may be like a lot more aggressive about, 2 cards came out for your after energy as well. You guys may be a lot more aggressive about going after pursuing what you want. And then for your after energy, we have caution won't end well, and then bad investments too. Be careful about moving too quickly. Okay, be very careful about moving too quickly in terms of, because we have the Chariot down here. So be careful about moving too quickly when it comes to things that are shiny and new and things that you want. Be careful about moving without analyzing everything and looking into everything. Underneath the deck, we have afraid of change down here. So don't be afraid of change either. It's just about taking cautious, careful steps. That's very important for my pile 4. So be careful about taking cautious, careful steps. I don't believe as though this caution won't end well is saying that for sure after eclipse season, something that you get into won't end well. No, I think what it's saying is after eclipse season, there could be something approaching you that's very shiny and brand new. The Chariot, and this is why the Chariot, as much as it's a card of like conquering and victory and success, it's like the 6 of Wands on steroids. Even over on Patreon, we were talking about the Chariot episode. One theme I kept talking about was how the Chariot is, it's a great card, but at the same time, it's not, because there's a reason why the card Strength comes after the Chariot, where he learns this lesson about self-control, because you can't go, everything that looks good ain't good. Everything that's shiny doesn't mean we need to go after it. The Chariot has like this insatiable desire when it sees something, especially if it sees something that's easy to conquer, something that's easy to take, he'll just go for it. And he'll deal with whatever happens after. And this is the thing. You guys are very methodical, okay? You are very thought out with the Six of Pentacles over here. You guys are not the type of energy. Six of Pentacles is ruled by Taurus. You guys are not the type of energy where you're just going to boom, just run into anything. You may have that energy and that desire with the Chariot here, where you're more aggressive, you're more hungry for the things that you want and need in your life, and you deserve to be that way. But at the same time too, there could be something in the future that after eclipse season that tries to approach you and they don't have the best intentions. They may say it's a great investment, but it's not. Take your time, look into it. Look into it, okay? With this caution and bad investment, really look into it. Do not give your money away. Don't give away any sort of information, anything like that. I forget when Saturn is going to be shifting into direct energy, but be very careful of that. Saturn is all about the things that we've worked for, the things that we've earned, the things that we've gained. We have the Six of Pentacles over here. You guys have earned a lot of things by going through some sort of challenges and difficulties and some sort of struggle. Don't give away what you have earned and what you struggled for, and what you have worked for to something because it looks like you can flip it or make a lot more out of that. Be very, very, very careful of that. So there could be something coming after eclipse season where it's like it looks really shiny, but make sure you are doing your due diligence, okay? You are taking all the appropriate channels to protect yourself. If you have to get some sort of legal counsel involved, do it, okay? Make sure you're really looking into that and researching that for both of these cards to come out. Bad investments and caution won't end well. And then too, we have afraid of change was underneath the deck. So the crazy thing about afraid of change coming out underneath the deck is the fact that it's like, it tells me that a lot of you guys, you're very careful and cautious about the steps that you take and about maybe the investments that you make. And so after eclipse season, you may be so hungry to make these changes that you're not as careful. Don't switch up how careful and cautious you are, pile 4. Don't switch that up. You can be as hungry as you want. You can be as determined as you want, but don't switch up how cautious you are. Don't switch up how careful you are. Okay, so that's the good thing about moving a bit slower in retrograde energies. We're a lot more careful. We're really looking into the details. So don't stop being a highly detailed person, okay, when it comes to looking into opportunities. Your before energy that we have over here says sit this out. Something is not quite right. Wait a little longer before taking action. Timing is off, or it could be the wrong decision. So yeah, you guys be careful about what. Okay, so the fact that this came out in your before energy, it sounds a lot like these two cards over here. Sit this out. Don't make this investment. Caution, won't end well. Don't make this investment. Sit it out. So this could be something that has approached you guys in the recent past. It's already approached you moving into eclipse season. And you guys may be sitting and contemplating it and thinking about, do I want to invest in it? Yeah, we've got the Six of Pentacles. So that means that, like I was saying earlier about your Six of Pentacles, tarot is fluid. So you guys could be the one that is the one that's in need and is receiving assistance, or you could be the one that is giving assistance, okay? So, and if you guys are doing something where it's like charitable works, make sure you're giving to a charity. Check out the charity. If you guys want to give money, it might not be an investment. It may just be like you want to give some money somewhere, because like I said, some of you guys, you've gone from being the one that needs assistance to offering assistance to others. So be careful about where you give your money to as well. Okay, would sit this out. So some of you guys, you may be sitting and contemplating right now, do I want to invest in this, or do I want to give to this, or where do I want to put my money? Where do I want to invest it? Really check into it. Really check into it. Underneath the deck, we have miracles. Miracles are flowing into your life. Your angels are helping you resolve your challenges in ways that will surprise you. Okay, so you guys even have some miraculous energy flowing into your life. This is kind of like that Chariot energy a little bit. The Chariot isn't necessarily like miraculous energy, I'd say. The Chariot is more so like, what's so miraculous about me winning this damn war? I got a bigger army, I've got more chariots, you know? So it's like, the Chariot is like, I already know I'm going to win. I already know I'm going to be victorious because I came prepared. So there could be some sort of even miraculous. So there's some sort of past blessing or miracle or opportunity that you guys may have earned in the past. It's coming after eclipse season for that to be under the deck. We have heart's messages. It kind of had flipped back over, but it says, expect to receive a message that will make your heart feel full. Let your heart be your guiding key. So let your heart be your guiding key. And this is coming out in your after position. And then underneath the deck, we have compromise is needed. In order to have a positive outcome for the situation, it's necessary to compromise, create a win-win situation. Again, with like, in order to have a positive outcome. So you guys can switch something around to a positive outcome, but it's really going to take some heavy compromise, and it's also going to take you guys being innovative and creating some sort of a solution, and creating a win-win resolution for every party involved. So you guys are going to have to use a lot of brain power when it comes to making sure something is a success, because again, like I said with the Chariot, he's not miraculous energy. He's like, listen, I did my due diligence. I made sure I have the bigger army. I made sure I have the equipment. I made sure I have the chariots. This win is secured. Like the bag is secured, period. That's the Chariot energy. Bag is secured, no matter how you slice it up. So in order for you guys to secure the bag, to secure some sort of success or victory with this Chariot energy over here, you're really going to have to use some brain power. You're going to have to get really creative in terms of making sure everything checks out. And there may even be some compromises that you guys are really going to have to make in terms of making sure you secure some sort of success somewhere, okay? Let's get some other cards here. Let's get some before energy advice. So before moving into this eclipse season, what is this? It says full moon in Pisces, forgive. Could be some forgiveness. Because it didn't flip all the way over. It could be some forgiveness that you guys are entering into eclipse season. You guys are coming into a space where maybe you're forgiving someone for anything that's happened. Yeah, you were the pile where I was talking about. You guys may have been conditioned at an early age to do something, and it kind of led into this energy of almost abuse or over giving. And so you guys may be, oh my God, it flipped over again. See, this is why I don't sweat it. Full moon in Pisces, forgive, came out again. We're going to keep this out. We also have full moon in Libra, find a balance. So there's some sort of balance here. We are coming out of Libra season. Am I filming this during Libra season? What's today's date? Yes, we're still in Libra season, right? So we're still in Libra season while I'm filming this. At the time that you guys see this, we'll probably be in Scorpio season because I'm gonna need a couple of days to edit this. I'm kind of getting over a cold a little bit. Where I live at, it's like been hot, cold, and my body's just been like, what the fuck is going on? So anyways, we have here full moon in Libra, find a balance. Full moon in Pisces, forgive. So the balance here that you guys are gonna find, this happy medium that you guys are going to find, has to do with forgiveness as well. And so, yeah, when it comes to wherever you guys may have had some conditioning, if you guys have been working through, and this is your before energy, because I was about to say, I feel like this is something you guys may have been working through this year. Like I said, a lot of my pile fours, you entered into this year saying like, I am done overcompensating. I am done saying yes all the time. I am done just taking what I can get. And you guys may have come to that realization after kind of becoming aware of the fact that it's like, oh my God, like my childhood conditioned me in that way. So some of you guys may have been in therapy, like working through that. And because like I said, there's a huge shift in your attitude, like your whole attitude is changing. And this is because you guys are taking this time to find more balance within yourself. Because like I said, with the Six of Pentacles in the RWS version, he's holding scales, just like we see here in this Libra card. There's scales over here. So this is you guys coming into more balance and is saying like, I'm not overcompensating anymore. Now I'm creating more boundaries and expectations. Underneath the deck, we have New Moon and Capricorn, step up and lead. This is exactly what you guys are doing with this Chariot energy. And this is why it may upset a few people, but make sure that you can, when you can, forgive, okay? And then we have here last quarter moon in Leo, lighten up. Yes, make sure that you keep yourself light. and not too heavy, because some of you guys, if you haven't come into that realization throughout 2022, you could come into that realization. What was this? I don't know why I wanted to see this. Reflect on your priorities, last quarter moon in Aquarius. And then underneath the deck, we have first quarter moon in Libra, keep your heart open. So yeah, some of you guys with last quarter moon in Leo, lighten up. This is why forgiveness is being encouraged for my pile 4, so you can keep your energy light, because this could be some sort of a heavy sort of thing that you realize or come into realizing and being more aware of, is like, oh my God, this is something that I've been conditioned to do. I've been taught to do. I've been trained this way. And this could be something that you take on as like this sense of weight or heaviness, like, oh my gosh, I need to get rid of this. I need to not be this way anymore. No, just slowly work through it. Slowly work through it. You know, if you haven't come to that already, many of you guys already have, is what I'm picking up here. Many of you guys already have kind of come into that realization throughout 2022, but it could be something that you guys come to realize throughout this upcoming eclipse season around the end of October here. Let's get some cards about your how you're transforming. We have here the card Comforting, the card of Consolation, trigger statement. It says, trigger statement, I cannot go on. True statement, my heart is light. Just like it says, last quarter moon in Leo, lighten up. And it says, please hold space for the feelings that you have, honor them and be with them. Yes, your burden will be lightened. So after eclipse season for you guys, your burden will be lightened. You will feel a sense of like, oh my God, this isn't so heavy anymore. And then we have your Spikener, the card Faith, trigger statement, why does this always happen to me? True statement, I am at peace. So this is you guys also making peace with whatever it is that you may feel as though you've been trained to be this way and you've had to work your way out of that. You're finding some sort of peace with that situation as well, and you're being able to make your peace with it and let it go. And it says, know that everything will work out as it needs to, and hold a space of gratitude as you watch the miracles unfold. Again, with that word miracles, there's more miracles coming through for you guys after eclipse season. Then we have the card Marjoram and Comfort, trigger statement, people cannot be trusted, so more trust coming in. True statement, I trust my heart. Your big, beautiful heart is ready to open. Trust that you will be able to discern who is best to walk with you. Okay, so yeah, this is definitely you guys saying like I picked up earlier, some of you may feel as though it's a really heavy word, but some of you may feel as though someone in your life abused your sense of availability or abused your sense of like giving. And that may be where you guys have to find some peace, or are coming into more of a peaceful place of being like, you know what, I'm at peace with that. Yeah, I do feel like they took advantage, but I've got boundaries now. I've learned from that. I've got new standards now that people are not going to be able to really to meet as easily anymore. So try not to hold it in a way where it's like it's this anger thing or this grudge sort of thing. And I'm very careful when I give out that type of message, because I personally, just me personally, I believe that it's important to work through those lower emotions, I guess you could call them. I believe it's important to work through things like anger, frustration, resentment, rage. I think it's important to feel those things, to not necessarily act on them, but to feel them and let them kind of work through your being, because that's all we are. We're just little vessels. We're just little channels, just channeling energy. And so especially if this is something that you've been kind of conditioned to do, we have your earth angel immediately flipping over. And these are messages from your angels. Exactly. Like I was just saying, we're channels, we're vessels, and energy moves through us. It says you are a light worker who has come to this earth to teach about love. Again, with more love, being at peace, faith, miracles unfolding, forgiving, finding balance, lightening up. Your heart is, what does it say? Your heart, your big, beautiful heart is ready to open. Yeah. So this is comfort, consolation. This is all about you guys being an earth angels. So this is another reason why you guys are really working through releasing and letting go of whatever it is that you may feel people took advantage of in the past. You guys are really going to be able to let go of that. And this is something else that even your angels are encouraging you to do, is like, you know what? If you feel like somebody got away with taking advantage of you, try not to. Work through it. Feel your anger, feel your frustration, feel your rage, feel your resentment, whatever it is that you need, even if you need to feel hate to a certain extent. Like I said, me personally, I allow myself to feel all those things now at this point in my life, because I spent the first 25 years of my life, no joke, keeping everything in, and it literally led to my damn demise. only God was able to pull me out of that place. So I learned, for me personally, it was good for me. It's good for me to feel those emotions. If I need to cry, now I cry. If I get angry, now I get angry. If I need to gather somebody, I will. I'm playing. But, you know, like if I need to, yeah, I don't give a shit. Like, I mean, you know, like I'll say what I gotta say. I'll do what I gotta do, and I'll get that out, you know, at the time. Again, you're a powerful light worker. Oh my God, you guys see this? It says it is safe for you to be powerful. Your spiritual power brings great blessings and loving service to the divine. So you guys have light that is trying to move through you. And this may be why you guys are working through those heavier, maybe like darker emotions, is because you guys are light workers. Again, this is 2 cards coming through saying that you are a light worker. So this is major confirmation. You are for sure a light worker. And this is another way of saying though too, like there are certain energies, darker or heavier energies that you guys are working through in order to be able to channel this light through you. Okay. And then we also have your power animal. Your animal spirit guide is a guardian to you and is helping you with this situation. So any sort of animals that you guys may be seeing in your dreams or even in your waking life, especially throughout eclipse season, they have special messages for you. I definitely have special messages for you, so pay attention to those. But yeah, work through whatever feelings you guys need to. Work through whatever feelings you guys need to. Try not to deny them, and just trust yourself, trust your own body and your own being and your own spirit and soul to be able to channel through those things and to not get caught up there. But make sure eventually you come to a space where you're just like, you know what, I'm ready to move on, because it's moving on is for you. Forgiveness is for you, because it really does ultimately free you at the end of the day. And forgiveness was literally, I kid you guys not, that was one of the hardest lessons I've ever had to learn in my life. I'm still not entirely sure if I mastered it. Listen, God is still working on me. I'm under construction, all right? I know I read cards and I do my thing, but I am still human and people can still get it, okay? So listen, like I said, I'm a Taurus. What's up? You know, who wants to smoke? No, I'm playing, but not really. But yeah, that's how I am sometimes. And like I said, I've come to a place where I'm a lot more comfortable now with those emotions, and I found that they don't have as much control over me anymore the more comfortable I became with them. But eventually too, I did get to a place where I was like, okay, I'm ready to be free of this. Like I'm done being mad now, you know. And then when I was ready, naturally, when I was ready to, I was able to let go. It was a lot easier to let go. The card that we have coming out for you guys says Brothers of the Rose, Sacred Masculine, Honor, Protection, and Support. And then we have here underneath the deck, the grandmothers, remember your roots, perspective, trust the weavings. So you guys have a lot of ancestors as well working with you throughout eclipse season. Brothers of the Rose, it feels like there could be a significant brother or a masculine figure in your life. Some of you may be, you may have a son that's on the way. You may have a nephew on the way. There may be a male baby on the way into your life. This could be even a reincarnation of an ancestor for this grandmother's card to come out over here. But you guys, for sure, this is talking about masculine energy as well. And like I said, you guys have an incredible new set of boundaries that you're formulating and standards, and that is all about having masculine emperor type energy. So this is Brothers of the Rose. You guys' as masculine energy is really getting activated in a way where it's like you're not doing it out of fear, you're not doing it out of anger. It's not even reactionary. It's just more so like, no, you know, I need to kind of look out for myself. I need to be there for myself a little bit more. And so that's what you guys are doing. You're really showing up for that. And as well as too, there's a sacred masculine or divine masculine for some of you that maybe you're meant to meet during eclipse season or afterwards. Brothers of the Rose. So there could even be a brotherhood that you guys come into. There could be more masculine energy coming into your life, whether it's in the form of a man or a woman. You know, we all have masculine, feminine energy. So there could be an actual brotherhood coming into your life, more masculine energy, more men coming into your life. For my pile of fours, let's get one final card. But you guys are definitely, with this sacred masculine, honor, protection, support. You're honoring yourself by protecting yourself too. Like I said, with these new boundaries that you're formulating. And there's support from the other side. Protection from the other side for my pile of fours. Okay, and then the card that we have for you here says dream. So there's some sort of dream that you guys may be seeing materialize after eclipse season. Underneath the deck here we have unfurl. So something may be kind of coming undone in your life around eclipse season or afterwards, but this is something that you've initiated, especially with the sacred masculine energy over here. This is something that you guys have initiated for sure. Okay, and then dream here says what a gift it is to dream, to letting our minds be a time capsule, to finding wishbones in the crevices of our thoughts, when so much of this life is gravity pulling us back down to the ground, telling us to know our place. The fighter keeps dreaming. To dream is to find softness amongst concrete. Yes, exactly. It says it's letting ourselves believe in magic, continuing to look for the upswing, trusting that sooner or later you will stick the landing. It is its own practice. You do not have to know. You don't have to fit your dreams into a box, package them to be sold on a shelf, or market them so they are digestible. You can let yourself see without trying to make sense of it. Yeah, okay, so that's that. That could be that Chariot energy as well, and that Six of Pentacles energy here. It says when the time is right to give birth to a dream, you will know. It will work its way through you, asking to be seen, tapping on the shoulder, asking, remember me. It won't feel like treading water, but a hand outstretched. Until then, keep dreaming. So there is something here where, again, would sit this out, and then it's okay to change your mind, caution even. There's something here that's saying to maybe possibly move a little bit slower or move with more intention when it comes to whatever dreams you're trying to manifest, okay? And because there could be a couple of fake twins, which is another thing that I talked about on Patreon with the year 2022. This is kind of the year of like fake twins, and not just romantically, but like this could be like a fake like business partner coming in. It's going to be like a counterfeit kind of before like your real person or your real counterpart comes in. So yeah, counterfeit before the counterpart could be the case. And so for some of you guys, if you're looking to get into some sort of business, there could be some sort of person that approaches you and they're not necessarily meant for you. And you're going to really know that, especially with the Chariot here, because you are so emotionally and spiritually connected to where it is that you're going. The Chariot is ruled by Cancer, which is ruled by the moon, the most sensitive spiritual element or object or cosmic body in astrology. So this is you guys being able to know intuitively, empathically, exactly who is meant to help you turn your dreams into a reality, so you do not have to doubt that. Pile 4. Companion for this card says creation. Exactly. You guys are currently in the process of creating, especially throughout eclipse season. And the song here says Someplace Else by More, I believe. And pile 4, this is all that I'm seeing for you guys. Thank you so very much for tuning in. Let me take this time to thank your guides, my guides, our higher self, amazing spirit, for these messages. Hopefully you all come back to visit sometime soon. And until next time, stay safe, healthy, blessed, and keep conquering the world. Bye, you guys.